Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grindhouse Scrims Week 6, and we are blessed today to come together and watch this matchup between Overcome and Imperial. We do have Sweet Gift here on the Artist, on ARP, going to be killing for Overcome, going up against the Imperial Survivors. How nice of them to have their team name in their name, so I don't have to look at my notes. But we do see Sweet Gift trying to find the survivors here at the start. This is a huge map. ARP is ginormous, so it can be quite hard to find someone, but we do see scratch marks after seeing a crow reveal the position here, but I don't think Sweet Gift wants to go into that tile just yet, is instead going to be leaving, going back to hold that cross. We have to wonder, yep, there are scratch marks leading up to the top side of the map. The survivors were able to get through the cross choke point. And now we do see Murtex here going to be in chase up against Sweet Gift. Can Sweet Gift capitalize on this with the birds? No, Murtex doing very good with the pathing there, not giving the tag just yet. Going to be playing around this rock filler. This could land a bit patient on the M1, and that is not going to land. However, that bird does collide instead, and that's going to be a chase around the main building once again. This door is not broken out. Sweet Gift preemptively putting a bird there, but Murtex doing a very good job of playing around this killer's power. Kind of zoned towards the top. We have to see what Sweet Gift is able to do with this. Murtex doing a very good job just making distance, not giving the down right away. Very good pathing. This is probably going to be a down, but Murtex is buying so much time utilizing this obstacle here, and that is going to be the first down, but the first generator pops in response as well. And now we have to wonder what Sweet Gift is going to be able to do. That gen did not look like it was on this side of the map. There could be a 3-gen scenario still. No, wait. It looks like, no, I'm not exactly sure where all the generators are. No, there is still a 3-gen up here, so that's good for Sweet Gift. We're going to have to wonder what Sweet Gift is going to do to hold the choke point and not prevent, or to not allow any survivors to come up here and get that unhook. Sweet Gift just sending off birds, trying to get as much information as possible, maybe knock some people off of generators. One interesting thing to note is that Sweet Gift broke out the door, which makes this loop actually much stronger against Artist's power. Artist actually kind of likes it when you are able to pigeonhole survivors into a little choke point, but Sweet Gift is just going to be confirming this hook stage. Actually, we do see a sprint burst coming in. Very good body block, but it's not quite enough to confirm the hook stage. That's going to be a down onto Nancy. Jake is going to have to run away from this spot, trying to make it towards the bottom side of the map. That live might actually be the tool that allows him to do so. We're going to have the very strong middle here. The birds are going to land, and we have to wonder if Sweet Gift is going to be able to capitalize on it with another bird placement. Ooh. It does not look like the birds were able to land, but that is still going to be a down. And we do have Savior still down on the top side of the map. This could be a pallet save. Ooh, a tag instead, and the pallet save not quite coming through. Sweet Gift going to choose to get the hook at the top side of the map where the 3 generator is. Savior still downed back there at the back hook. And now Sweet Gift has full control unless a rotation is able to come. But they're holding the choke point really well. Oh, Peachy going to be found out here injured. Going to be, oh, just barely avoiding the bird. The unhook coming through. Very well played from the survivors while the survivors are distracting. And that is going to be Savior picked up as well. And now Sweet Gift's pressure, while not completely diminished, has been quite lessened indeed. And now we're going to see Sweet Gift go back towards that topside hook. Very, very hard hook for the survivors to reach due to the lack of resources thanks to that early chase. That is going to be a quick tag onto Maniac as well, and now all the survivors are injured. And they still have to deal with this 3-gen. We don't see any progress over here on this one. This chase might actually extend towards the bottom side. There is a reset onto Murtex, but that gives Sweetgift the knowledge that no one is set up for that save. And that's going to be a very quick down onto Maniac as well here in the middle area. And again, opting to hook towards the top side of the map, using the power of that agitation in order to get to a very good hook position that is very good to hold. And now we have to wonder what Sweetgift is going to be able to do with this kind of pressure. That's 2 hooks on the top side in the middle of the 3-gen. And the survivors, they haven't even fully reset. Savior has yet to be healed. We do see a crow over here in the distance. Sweetgift kind of protecting this back hook a little bit more, wanting that to go to second. That is going to be the second stage confirmed onto Peachy. We do not see a unhook attempt onto Maniac in the meantime. Survivors are likely just, you know, pumping out gens down on the bottom side. Might be trying to force a 4K1. One generator did pop down there, but Sweetgift is just content to sit here holding that crossover. However, there was a stealth play coming through from the survivors. Murtex was able to stealth back towards the bottom or the backside of main and get that unhook onto Peachy, but Peachy is now death hook and injured, kind of left to their own devices, and that is a very quick down from Sweetgift. Very good job trapping that pallet, removing all those options from Peachy, and that is going to be the first kill here at 2 generators, with 2 survivors still injured. Murtex the only one that is healthy. But we have 7 stages total right now as well, with this 3-gen still intact, which is very, very good for the Artist player. We are actually going to get some tags here with the birds on injured players, but they're going to actually use lockers in order to get away. We see the healthy Murtex is caught out here at the top side. It looks like Sweetgift really wants to trap this pallet here. Is doing a very good job of zoning Murtex away from the bottom side, is instead going to go over towards this tile, this TNL, going to be trapping it up, and that does not quite land the bird hit through the window there. That is going to be Murtex pathing down towards the bottom side of the map. Very good job getting out of that sticky situation. But Murtex is now kind of zoned away from the bottom side here. Can we get a follow-up bird? Very good bird placement from Sweetgift, and that's going to lead to an injury. And now we're going to see the chase go towards the bottom side of the map. Meanwhile, a reset actually comes through, and this is going to be a down onto Murtex with probably not much gen pressure coming through in response, because we did see that reset. Sweetgift just going to get the kill onto Murtex here. That's going to be 8 stages now, and finds Maniac on the Shack gen immediately. We do have a pop goes the Weasel in the chamber. Very interesting perk choice considering how big this map is, but that is going to be a pop applied to that generator, so very good perk value. And now we see Maniac here running back towards the middle of the map. I have to wonder if Savior's on the other side of the map trying to slam out a gen in the meantime. Excuse me, chat. But no, instead we actually see Savior down here at the bottom side doing the Shack gen, and Maniac is just trying to get as much distance away from that generator as possible, getting the injury through the vault. Even though Maniac crouched, it was not quite enough to avoid that hurt box. And Sweetgift is instead going to take that chase back to this downed pallet over here. But it looks like Maniac is not trying to play this one. Instead, Maniac is going to play this pallet. Very good zoning here from Sweetgift, going to try to bait out the... Ooh. And that is going to be a down. Sweetgift probably... Yeah, it does not look like Sweetgift is going to slug here to try to get Savior off of that generator. Is instead opting to hook. And I don't think even with agitation that this hook is going to come through in time to stop that generator from popping. That is going to be the gen pop here. And that's going to be Maniac dead on hook. But at the same time, Savior, a fresh hook, is down there at Shack. That Artist has to make that entire traversal. This could be a hatch escape. Savior already set up, and yes, because of the hook, that is going to be a fresh hook getting out. Very well played from the survivors to recognize that distance. And good job on Maniac dying at the top side of the map. Just very well played there, getting a very crucial out. We will have to see what Overcome is able to do with that kind of precedent set. So please do stay tuned. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you very soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Grindhouse Scrims Week 6. We are back with Overcome versus Imperial. This time, the Imperial killer Savior has to match, I believe it was 9 stages with a 4K1. So, or not a 4K1, that would make no sense. With all but one generator popped, but there was a fresh out through the hatch. So Savior is going to have to try to match that or beat that, which means that a true 4K1 will actually be a win here for Savior. But right now, Savior is just going to be holding that cross. They have a very good 3-gen here that they're going to defend. Going to be hitting the bird here off of the Ruin totem. And that is going to be a chase onto Disaster. Disaster is going to be shaking off the birds, going to be playing this filler tile. A preemptive bird is going to be set up. Very good dodge from Disaster. That is going to force the M1, however. And Disaster is going to be running up towards the middle of the map. A bird, however, is going to land on someone on the Ruin Totem, and that's going to be yet another tag onto TJ. TJ going to be eating that basic attack, and the Ruin still stands. And Savior has used a lot of resources to protect that Ruin. We don't know if any survivors were able to cross and work on these generators. We do have kind of a funky little corrupt spread here. But Savior is going to find a survivor. Fooder is going to be up here on the hill. That might be a balanced landing coming through. Going to be forcing that exhaustion out, but TJ is now found injured, going back down towards the middle of the map. Going to be dropping this pallet and running down towards the bottom side, right next to that Ruin Totem. Going to have to play this filler pallet, but does not actually play it. Instead leaves, and Savior's able to path and get the M1 down. However, Disaster not able to get that Ruin Totem either. And that is just so many resources used trying to get that Ruin out of the way. And yet it still stands. That is going to be a hook right next to it as well, it looks like, with the pain res as well. And that is just a lot of regression stacking. Savior now able to defend this Ruin Totem as well as harass the people on that generator. No locker in sight to get those birds off. Instead is just going to be firing those birds at that gen, knowing that it's the one being worked, and getting that Ruin value in order to slow down the progress even more. Imperial Savior here is very content to just hold this hook as closely as possible, not letting survivors get near it to get the unhook, as well as just pressuring these generators with the birds. The survivors are doing a very good job of dodging here. That is a generator popped at the top side, and it looks like Savior might leave once the second stage is confirmed. We did see a bird over there in the corner. That is actually a very good save from Disaster, right under Savior's nose before the second stage is confirmed. Another gen popping in response. The bird coming through, not going to land though. And TJ is now pathing right towards the top side of the map. Meanwhile, Savior is so worried about this Ruin Totem, which Proxer Killer is on right now, and it actually does pop. Savior is not able to get the injury, and now Proxer is caught out here on the bottom side of the map where the 3-gen is. There's actually quite a bit of progress on the Shack gen. Proxer kind of afraid to get tagged here by the birds and is instead going to be running down towards nothing. Gets the free M1 tag and is going to be running back up towards the middle of the map. Meanwhile, a reset does come through on Disaster and TJ, and that is the tunnel out being protected with a health state. The birds are going to land on the Proxer as well as Disaster, who I guess was here to try to take a hit. But Savior is actually super worried about this bottom 3-gen and is instead going to return. Is not going to find anyone with that bird. And this 3-gen is not as tight as you might think. That generator there is quite close to the middle of the map. But that is going to be a dry kick here for Savior on this Shack gen. And we are unable to find any survivors at the moment. They might be working that top middle gen. Savior just going to be looking around. We did see a bird there, though. And yes, that is a chase here onto Disaster once again. Going to be playing around this 4-lane, I believe. It's like a modified 4-lane. Disaster pathing down towards Shack is not going to give the bird tag. And doing a very good job is just delaying this M1 hit as long as possible, using the distance. Going to be taking this tag down here by Shack and running back towards the middle side of the map. Meanwhile, we know that middle gen is being worked. Savior going to be sending out quite a bit of birds. And even though Disaster and TJ are tagged, the recharge of the bird is going to make it extremely hard to follow up on it. And that is going to be a chase here on the Fooder in the middle map, going to be tagging with the birds, and another dry kick coming down onto the generators. And Savior, even though Savior's done a good job of keeping survivors off the 3 gens, we do know that they have been kind of unable to get a down since that first down. And the survivors are doing a very good job of just pressuring this objective, running back towards the top side. We do see the gloves coming in handy here. That is going to be a hit onto Disaster with the birds. Meanwhile, Proxer is over here with birds on him, going to be shaking them off. And rather than go for the injured Disaster, Savior is super concerned with this middle generator and the bottom 3 gen. Ooh, a 7% from TJ as they get bird tagged. And that is going to be continued chase. Ooh, TJ using I believe that was a sprint burst to make it towards the top side of the map. Does not care about any tag, but no tag is actually going to come through. Meanwhile, the survivors again 7% on this generator. They are now tagged with the birds. Fooder shaking them off, and Savior is really trying to get a bird tag here. Is instead going to have to get the M1 instead. And meanwhile, Disaster tagged with birds yet again. And Savior is just so concerned with these generators, he's not actually committing to any downs. That is going to be yet another 7% or missed skill check or something up there at the top side. Meanwhile, Savior is going to be firing birds back down towards this bottom 3 gen. Is going to land birds. Looks like Savior is a little lost on where they landed, though. Going to be firing back towards Shack. Birds are going to land at Disaster at Shack. However, we have 2 players up here as well. Going to be trying to pressure that generator on Shack as well as the chase up here. But Savior just not very committal to anything right now. Is instead just going to go back down. Tried to get a slingshot off, but it did not quite connect. Disaster making good use of the lockers to get rid of the birds very quickly. And that is going to be a chase down here by Shack. The bird's not quite going to connect with Disaster and Swarm. Very good vault from Disaster. And that is going to be a continued chase onto Shack with the ping. This might actually be a tag here. However, the birds do not actually connect to anyone towards the middle of the map. Disaster is going to be running up there, though, and his teammates might have to come and take a hit, actually. Savior knows this and gets a very good bird hit onto TJ, and now we have 2 injured survivors kind of caught out here on the top side of the map. Disaster doing a very good job just running towards the edge map away from the generators. That is going to be a down and likely a pain res. However, think of how far the artist is in this situation. It's going to take forever to get down to that bottom side. That is actually going to be a pain res. Very good pain res hook placement for Savior. And now we're going to see the birds fly as well as these generators going to try to get pressured. A pop goes the weasel is going to be applied here. Meanwhile, an unhook onto Disaster at the top side of the map. I almost wonder if that's TJ playing the safe side of the map. Yes, it is. They are going to get tagged by birds, and Savior's actually going to go for a follow-up snipe, trying to get Disaster re-injured yet again. It does not quite land, and instead we have Fooder caught out here at Shack. Very good positioning, though. and is instead going to make it towards that middle side of the map. And Savior is just, it's super hard for Savior to do anything the way these survivors have been playing. They are just crossing over at the right times. And we do see that Proxer is going to be faking using that filler pallet, is instead going to run towards this pallet gym. Very good stun. That is also going to be a blind, trying to get Savior a little bit confused, unable to use the birds, and that is going to be a chase around the rock and a tag. But now Savior's going to actually just leave the chase and instead go back to protect this bottom side 3-gen. Savior's going to see Fooder out here on the edge of the map, and that is just so much pressure on the Shack gen. Looks like Savior's actually trying to trap the Shack escape and try to get the survivor to get tagged. But whoever's down here, Fooder, doing a very good job, is just not giving any tags up and getting to that middle map safety. And Savior, I have not been keeping track of regression events, but that has been a lot of kicks onto these generators. You have to wonder just how many more kicks they have left to reach that 8 regression event blocking. That is actually going to show us right there. I think that's 4 if that animation happens. I could be wrong. But now we do see Disaster over here on the other side of the map. But again, Savior just not willing to use the power in chase, is instead going to be tagging survivors on the other side of the map. And that leads Disaster able to play these tiles as an M1. And he's doing such a good job of just preventing any further tags. Proxer going to eat a swarm, but I don't think that the follow-up... Ooh, can the follow-up connect? Very good follow-up connect from Savior, but now we see 3 survivors caught out here in the middle of the map. This is going to be a tag onto Fooder most likely, but Savior doesn't want the tag. Instead, they're trying to get a follow-up on TJ. Interesting. Now Fooder is able to take yet another hit, does not actually play that pallet there. Instead is just going to take a hit, but Savior is now super far away from these generators in the 3-gen. That is going to be a swarm onto Disaster. Can this be a follow-up? Disaster actually pops the gen and gets in the locker before the follow-up is able to connect. Yeah, the survivors just playing this macro game incredibly well. We're able to break the 3-gen, and now, even though this generator has so much progress, the other survivors are free to just work on the generator on the top side of the map with no care in the world, knowing that Savior is going to have an incredibly hard time pressuring that as well. Meanwhile, Disaster's free to just kind of pressure this generator because Savior kind of has to stay nearby. Savior's not able to leave the vicinity of this generator due to how close it is to finishing. And it looks like Disaster is just using that knowledge and pressuring that generator so much. Now we're going to have a chase here in Shack. Very good Firecracker. But Savior's just going to go back to that generator and try to get some more pop shots off. This generator's regressing, but yet the survivors are still pressuring it, leading to Savior unable to leave for that topside generator. And Savior is unable to land any birds on anyone working that topside generator as well. TJ is actually going to eat a tag, a little bit out of position here. But Savior is instead going to commit to this down. They might realize that this chase really matters. But we have 2 bird swarms now active. Disaster is actually just working the generator, finishing it while swarmed. Ooh, a very good injury onto Disaster. But we have 2 stages right now for Savior. These survivors have just been playing this map super well. And that is going to be the loss for Imperial on this set because they were not able to reach that 4K1 win condition. But Savior still in chase with Disaster here. Disaster actually going to force the locker, letting his teammates get out. And just super well played from Overcome this set. Very good macro strategy here. Breaking that 3-gen. Spacing was incredible. Positioning, very good. And that is going to be 3 out with Disaster, giving 2 additional stages. I believe that is going to be 4 stages total for Savior. And the Survivor's just playing that super well. But that is going to be Overcome taking this set. We are going to have Wraith up next, so please do stay tuned. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you very, very soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Grindhouse. We have Scrims Week 6 going on between Overcome and Imperial. Overcome had a very impressive performance in the artist set on ARP, taking home the win. And now we are on Wraith Dead Dog with Imperial killing first and a very early tag here onto TJ. And that is going to be playing around the water tower. And this is that is a very quick drop there onto a strong pallet at the water tower. The chase is going to happen around this little cart. Ooh, the 50-50 is actually won by TJ, doing a very good job of predicting the Wraith's movement there. And now we have this incredibly large tile. Very good drop here onto this little mid filler. And that's going to get TJ the room to get back towards the cart here. I'm sorry, y'all, my Discord stream is lagging, but we do have the chase continuing, and TJ doing a very good job of just chaining these pallets together. But however, that is going to be a down finally here, kind of towards the middle of the map, and we do know that there is lots of progress on that main generator due to the proximity to chase, and this could be a pain res onto that gen as well. Yes, we are going to see a pain res. I don't think it actually hit that generator, though. There might be another generator somewhere else on the map that has a lot more progress. We do see the Shadow Dance coming through. Very interesting that it's used now. We didn't actually see it used in Chase. Looks like Murtex is actually just trying to confuse the survivors, maybe get them to drop down for the save. And is now looking around, but they're just content to work that main generator. Meanwhile, the Wraith is just going to be camping this this hook here. The survivor is just content to just keep... Oh my goodness, 3 generators pop in response to this camp. Very good initiative from the survivors to triple split in response. And no real pressure coming through from our killer, even though that we saw the pop. And is this going to be a double save? This is actually a double save. The body block attempt comes through. However, TJ is kind of caught out of position. A very good hit tank here from Fooder. Going to have to lead TJ to the back of main. We have this pallet right here. And this pallet can be a tricky one. However, the down does come through. Are we going to see a pallet save? There is no pallet save, although this is going to be the second stage onto TJ. No pain res. We do have another charge of Pop Goes the Weasel, but last time our killer didn't really get to use it anywhere. And now, even though we camped the hook the entire first stage, our killer is actually choosing to leave the hook here and try to get pressure with that Pop Goes the Weasel. Is going to find out Proxer Killer here on the edge map. And that's going to be a quick tag. Procs are going to be running towards the top side of the map. And it looks like we're going to apply that Pop Goes the Weasel. However, across the map, another generator pops, leaving just 1 generator in response. And Overcomer playing this phenomenally. That triple split, just very brutal. And they didn't even cost 2 stages for the killer. That is going to be a tag here onto Disaster. But Disaster's just going to run right up, get that unhook. And now TJ has the entire main building to play with. These windows were not broken out earlier. We're not going to see a cloak or anything. That is going to be Bamboozle coming through. And TJ is actually choosing to go to this mid filler instead of play the main building. Very good stun coming through, though. And that actually gives TJ the room to make it to Shack. And even though we are cloaked, TJ is going to just buy as much time as possible. Very good vault coming through, just buying as much time in this chase. The Shadow Dance going to lead to that pallet being broken. However, TJ going to be playing this pallet very well. Oh my goodness, just winning every 50-50. And that's going to be a chase to this edge map filler. And unfortunately for TJ, that is a very small pallet, and that is going to be a down. And this will be the third and final hook for TJ, being the first kill here at one generator remaining. We have to wonder, Disaster was picked up, and Proxer actually was not healed whatsoever during that entire time. The gen pressure could be there. However, the Pop Goes the Weasel is locked and loaded, going to be kicking that generator. But we have this generator topside. A bird shows that there was someone working the generator. There was actually a three-man heal here. And that is going to be a hit onto Fooder while the other two survivors split. But it looks like our killer's just choosing to get a hit and run going to be injuring Fooder with that sloppy butcher and going back to these generators, and actually finds Disaster out. Disaster going to be slow vaulting to try to prevent the vault, but that is going to be bam onto that window. Disaster going to choose to play around it though. I don't think Disaster has time to make it to anything. Does not go for that pallet. Instead is going to eat the tag and run down towards Shaq. We already know Shaq was broken. We only have this little mid filler here. And Disaster's going to play it. However, the Shadow Dance kind of renders it useless. Ooh, very good body block here from Disaster, not letting him get ahead of himself. That is going to be another filler played here. And Disaster going to be, winning the 50 there. Very well played from Disaster. It looks like our killer's just going to cloak up, break the filler. And Disaster, wait. It looks like rather than getting the down on Disaster, we're going to go for a tag here onto Proxer. We don't actually get the hit land though. And that tips our killer off to something, that there might be a generator with a lot of progress coming through. Mertex not able to find anyone despite there being some progress here. And we do not see the survivors. Disaster fully healed. Very good stealth from, I'm assuming it was Fooder that was on this generator. Very good stealth from them. Not letting the killer get any eyes and start any chases during that reset. And now we have this final 3-gen scenario. And while it's kind of close, it's kind of concealed to one side of the map. You know, it is not the best defendable 3-gen for Wraith. We are going to see the uncloak come through on to Fooder in chase. Very good vault here. That's not going to be a fast vault though, and that is going to be Fooder getting tagged with that sloppy butcher. And Fooder's just going to make as much distance away from those generators as possible, going to be going towards this edge map. But we already know that, a grab. I wonder if the generator's close. Going to be forcing the grab here in the edge map. The hook is not there because that is the one that TJ died on. Instead, we're going to have to hook over here to this edge map hook. And that is actually another pain res, which is very good for Mertex here. Going to lead to some regression. We do not actually see survivors there, but they could be on this top side generator. This generator has progress, but it's not the most progressed thing in the world. With these generators both regressing now. Oh, they have lots of progress on this bottom generator as well. They must have been double split during that chase rather than doubling up on a generator. But it looks like Mertex is just content to camp out these generators. The unhook is going to come through. That sloppy butcher is going to make any potential resets take a very long time. Mertex kind of gets the jump here onto Proxer. And while Proxer does get the vault, is actually going to eat a tag and then run straight towards the edge map. These generators don't have as much progress as they could. Very good move here from Proxer. A flashbang, but it does not quite land due to the speed of the vault using the Shadow Dance and the Bamboozle. And that is going to be a down right here in the main building. Now this could be another pain res because we're not out towards the edge of the map. But also, no, I do believe this is a pain res hook. This was used earlier. Yep, that is a pain res. So that is going to be the pain res likely on that bottom generator, but I don't know if that was far enough for the survivors to get much progress at all. A very fast pull coming through. We do see that that generator is regressing. It still has a lot of progress, and it looks like Murtex is kind of, yep, suspicious about why that generator was still regressing. That is going to be the vault coming through here. That is a tag here onto Disaster, and Disaster is going to be using that speed in order to make it towards the other side of the map. A reset not quite coming through onto Proxer just yet, and this looks like it's going to be a very fast down. Ooh! A 50-50 being won again by Disaster. Disaster playing around this pallet. Ooh, very good fake from Disaster. That's going to give a lot of distance. Good vault coming through. Disaster just being a monster in these Wraith chases. Going to be using the Shadow Dance to break that pallet, but we have yet another pallet here. We have to wonder. Ooh, very good double vault. Okay, Disaster going to go down, but bought quite a bit of time. And with no reset onto Proxer Killer here, even though this will be a pain res, that is still going to be quite a bit of progress on these generators, most likely. And now Murtex is back to trying to find survivors. Proxer kind of running out in the open, but that kind of gives Murtex some clues as to... No, doesn't actually find any progress on that generator. This water tower gen might be close to being completed. No. The survivors just have not been able to get anywhere in this 3v1. We've been at the final gen since TJ has died, and now the injured Proxer Killer is found here in the main building. This could be attacked through the window, and yes, that is a down. This could very well be a 4K1 here for Murtex, who's just capitalizing off of the mistakes on these survivors. Doing a very good job in these chases, getting quick downs, and very important hook positioning. And even though this gen was progressed, does not look like a survivor's in the area. Going to be looking around just in case. Proxer Killer is actually going to be picked up. Disaster did go second here. And I think Murtex is going to go back towards the hook, trying to deny any potential unhook onto Proxer. Yeah, we do actually see Fooder here on the rotation. Very good awareness from Murtex, knowing that that unhook was coming. Fooder's just going to use the distance to get over there, get the unhook onto their teammate. No! The unhook doesn't come through. Instead, Disaster's going to be hanging there. Now, the injured Proxer Killer, who might be on a generator, might not be. We have to wonder how close it is. Could this be the 4K0? No, we don't actually find a survivor in the area. Another dry kick coming through. And that is going to be Disaster dead. And the survivors were struggling in the 3v1, but the 2v1 will be even more brutal. And Murtex just doing a very good job of just holding this 3-gen, getting the necessary pressure. And we do actually find Proxer Killer injured. He's very quiet. I wonder if that's Iron Will. Going to be playing around this pallet. Very patient here from Proxer. Going to be getting the stun anyway. And now Murtex is going to be running around this pallet in pursuit of Proxer. Proxer does not take the window, goes for a little fake, but Murtex very smartly reads that. And yes, we are going to see the 4K1 here. Very well played from Murtex. It looked very dire, getting the kill only at one generator remaining, but that 3v1 scenario, Murtex just played it extremely well, capitalizing off of the survivors' positioning mistakes, getting those quick downs. Very impressive chases all around. And the survivors were just unable to get necessary resets and gen splits due to how fast those downs were coming, despite them dying across the map. So very well played from Murtex. That is going to be the 4K1, and we have to wonder what Overcome is going to be capable of, knowing that this is Imperial's killer pick. So we have a very interesting match coming up. Overcome's killer is going to be on that Wraith, trying to best this 4K1 result. Please do stay tuned. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you very, very soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Grindhouse Scrims, and we are here with the Wraith on Dead Dog. This time it is Overcome's killer going up against the Imperial survivors, and that is going to be a very quick tag here onto the Allen, and the chase is going to commence. We have a very standard Wraith build here, lots of slowdown, and we do actually find out a Claudette. A stun is going to come through, though. Not quite able to get a tag here. But it looks like our killer is choosing to go and try to find another survivor. Or maybe the injured Allen. Allen managed to get away from the chase pretty quickly. And that is, yeah, there goes the reset. That is super good for the survivors. One interesting thing to note here is that our killer did not choose to bring Corrupt Intervention. Instead has 3 slowdown perks in Sloppy, which means that a much larger map is open at the start, and it kind of feels that way. We're not able to find any survivors since that initial first 2 chases. We do actually see the Allen here, it looks like. However, a gen pops before a tag can come through. Does not quite get the swing. And Allen going to be... No, actually the Shadow Dance going to be breaking out that door. Allen going to be playing this filler. Even though the pallet was dropped, very good read from our killer, going to be hit very quickly. And now we have to wonder what they are going to be able to do. We do see the vault come through with no bamboozle, unlike the last game. However, it does look like Maniac is going to make it towards this pallet, but it still goes down. And Sweet Gift is now going to claim the first hook of the game here at, it appears to be 4 generators. Is this going to be a pain res hook? No, wait, 3 generators. A pain res hook does come through. However, that is going to be 2 generators finished, and now Sweet Gift is going to be looking around for the survivors. Quite a lot of progress here on this generator. Going to be getting the Pop Goes the Weasel, and rather than chasing Savior, is going to go back towards that hook. And Sweet Gift needs a very quick tunnel out. They are going to be running towards that main building, but a very good cutoff comes through. And can the hit tank happen? No, Sweet Gift getting the down, triggering that eruption. And that is going to be a very quick second hook on to Maniac. However, we see so much gen progress as well. Because that first down did not come quick enough, that lack of Corrupt can be felt. There's just so much gen progress. A Repressed Alliance coming through, denying the Pop Goes the Weasel. However, Peachy is still going to get tagged, and it looks like Sweet Gift is going to just get the tag with the Sloppy and go down towards the water tower where this generator had a lot of progress. There's no pallet here, and that's probably going to be a tag here onto Savior as well. Yes, the tag does come through. That's 2 injured survivors with Sloppy Butcher applied. That Pop Goes the Weasel going to be tagging that gen as well. And now, because of the injuries on the survivors, it looks like Sweet Gift's going to be able to hold these generators and this unhook very closely. However, it does look like, Murtex actually comes through, getting the save. And now we see some body blocks. Going to get the tag onto Murtex just to make sure that some pressure is applied here. But Maniac is going to be running, going to make the shack. However, is going to actually play shack here. We're going to see the door broken and a body block to the pallet come through. This is going to be another quick down onto Maniac, applying that eruption yet again. No pallet save coming through. Instead, we are going to see Sweetgift choose to hook Maniac in the basement. And that is a death at 3 gens, despite that very slow start. Sweetgift just able to capitalize on the survivors' injuries and had some really quick chases with Maniac. Very fast tunnel out at 3 generators. Going to be waiting for that eruption and applying it to the gallows generator. Very good eruption value coming through here as well. We still don't see that windmill generator completed. Instead, Sweetgift is going to give up that windmill generator. Is instead going to be looking around towards the top side of the map. Is not able to find any survivors, though. Actually, we do catch out Murtek's kind of crouching here by the generator. That is going to be a very quick tag, and now the main building is back into play. Without Bamboozle, that main building chase becomes quite difficult. And I believe Sweetgift is going to realize that, leaving Murtek's for the time being, is going to find survivors here at the water tower. We still have this pallet, and Sweetgift very smartly not giving them the right side of the water tower pallet. Is going to be playing around this little shack building. Does manage to win the 50-50 though, and that's going to be a tag onto Savior. Going to be reapplying Eruption before committing to this chase. And that's Eruption on 3 separate generators. We still have the injury on Murtek's. And it looks like Sweetgift... No, actually the reset comes through onto Murtek's, giving Sweetgift some information though. Excuse me. It does seem like... Oh, finds the injured survivor! Can they win this 50? Oh, does manage to get the down. Even though the reset came through, no generators were being worked on, giving Sweetgift an idea to go after this other injured survivor. This could also be a pain res as well. There's just so much regression from this build, keeping the survivors here at 3 generators for so long. And now we find Peachy yet again over here by this gallows gen, going to eat a tag. Very good body block from Sweetgift, not letting Peachy get to that pallet. Going to be using that shadow dance in order to prevent... Ooh, very quick pallet drops coming through from Peachy. That is even more eruption value applied. The unhook is coming through, letting Sweetgift know that there is no pressure on these generators. However, Peachy gets back on this generator up top, and that is going to be a down, a very quick down. Working the gallows gen, injured. Just letting Sweetgift get that snowball rolling. And that is going to be a basement hook as well. That's going to be very easy for Sweetgift to capitalize on, even if the unhook does come through. Due to Wraith's speed, they're kind of able to get towards the top of basement before the survivor can get out, especially with how close these generators are. Going to go back down towards this windmill generator. This generator has to be close to being regression blocked. That thing has been hit like 20 times at this point. We do see some scratch marks though. The save coming through, and it looks like Sweetgift just wants the tunnel out. Going to be blocking the window with the swing and securing the 10 seconds. Going to get that down. No body block coming through from Murtek's, unfortunately for Peachy. And now Peachy is going to be carried towards this very far hook out into the field. We do see that Savior is still injured from earlier, and I'm wondering what Sweetgift will do with that information. It's likely that Savior is just slamming out a generator, probably that top one that they were on earlier, or maybe even the windmill gen still, now that it's, I think it's regression locked. I could be wrong. No, but we do actually catch out Savior here. That's going to be a pop. Goes the weasel applied to that generator, and now pallet control kind of given to Sweetgift. However, Sweetgift loses the 50-50 A very smart pallet drop coming through from Savior, buying so much time. But with the power of the Shadow Dance, going to maybe be a quick down. There's no pallet there. I think Sweet Gift thought that there was a pallet there. Instead, we're having a TNL. No, we don't even play the TNL. Very good pathing here from Savior, going to be making this 4-lane. His pallet has already been dropped too. We're going to see the vault. However, we're going to actually break the 4-lane wall. And this is might be a down. Ooh, a very quick down onto Savior. Very well played. But Savior bought so much time. And Eruption actually giving Sweet Gift some information. Does not quite get the body block there. However, gets the read off on to Mertex. That's going to be a tag. And now we have a down survivor and an injured survivor currently in chase, going to be playing around with these vaults. Going to be vaulting down and just buying so much time. Savior able to actually get picked up from the time that's being bought. Does not get that vault off. Instead is going to go down here. And Sweet Gift going to go for the pick. And this might be a pain res as well. That is, in fact, the last pain res that Sweet Gift has. The last token is used. And Sweet Gift is going to go back down towards this generator. Gets stunned, actually. Very cheeky positioning here from Peachy. That is going to be a pallet break. And it does look like that gen is regression blocked. But Sweet Gift is going to be able to get the tag onto Peachy. And he's actually going to commit rather than going back to the hook. The unhook does come through from Savior. Ooh, wins the 50-50. Very good chases from Sweet Gift here on the Wraith. That's going to be a pick onto Peachy. And I think that is going to be a death hook as well. And that is a death hook onto Peachy. That is only Peachy if you are overcome. That is just what they want to see. 2v1 acquired with so much regression on these generators. I think all of them are gen blocked at this point. And we do actually find Savior here at the TNL. Going to be, ooh, double vault. Very smart from Savior. Doing a very good job in this chase here. Does not vault this time, but it does. Oh, the auto aim actually not going to get that hit there. And that is going to be a tag onto Savior and going into the main building. Again, this is a very tough loop for Wraith. And Sweet Gift realizes that. Both survivors injured. Trying to get this 4K3. Excuse me. But yeah, we're trying to get this 4K3. And Sweet Gift just looking all over. Is not able to find Mertex, however, does cut off Savior from getting anywhere, and that is going to be another down, another regression event onto that generator with Eruption. And now we have a survivor on the hook. Meanwhile, Mertex is somewhere on the map. I don't think... Again, I think the win con for Overcome is 4K2, I believe. So, ooh, actually finds Mertex here. Ooh, a bit of an auto aim. However, that is going to be a down, and that is the 2-0 for Overcome, I believe. With that hook, that is going to secure the 2-0. The survivors might still, the teams might choose to play the tiebreaker Huntress set still. And that is an option that we leave open for them usually. But we will have to see. But do stay tuned either way because we have more scrims coming to you tonight. Thank you all for watching. This has been a pleasure to cast. I'm your host, Tyro, and we will see you very, very soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grindhouse Scrims Week 6. We appreciate you waiting here, and we have a treat for you guys today. We have the best killer in the entire game, Bubba, uh, coming up first, and this is quite an exciting matchup. I believe this is Limitless playing the Bubba first Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And I am joined today by AlmostPi on the co-cast.
Yellow. We're already in chase at Shack, looks like. We found the sweaty nursemaid. An appropriate tunnel target, I believe. All nursemaids. Wait. See if we can get you a change off like at the start. Pre-drop the pallet at this jungle gym and just kind of break on that first chase there, though. Looks like we are committing to the Claudite here. So Wretched Shop, I didn't notice where his best 3-gen was, unfortunately. But gonna be using the Shack.
Most likely bottom side.
Yeah, looks like it. Bamboozle and this.
Oh, the bug. Oh,
Oh,
for y'all that don't
Yeah,
understand, sometimes Bubba's chainsaw can get bugged to where rather than using the chainsaw dash on the power, you get a tantrum just automatically. I'm not exactly sure what causes it, but that's what we had here. But Jack is instead going to continue this chase here in Shack, vaulting the pallet with the bamboozle, and going to be using the saw to get this pallet out of the way. Very patient play from Nursemaid here, though. And we have a rock filler to boot.
Is that bug new with this patch, or has that been around?
No, that's
Good
been
down.
around forever.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that one. Good down on that rock pelt, though. As long as there's no save here, this could be a basement. Oh, they get the save, though. That is huge.
Yeah, that is what
back
the
to
survivors
Shack.
need.
Very strong start from Vicinal here.
Oh yeah, they're playing this very well. Bubba, not the best killer in chase. However, we are going to see the chainsaw come through, getting that pallet break at the bus, and then a head-on actually coming through with a blind on top. Just buying so much time for this first chase. But we do have no pallet here, but there is this edge map pallet. Just going to be dropping it, eating it up with the saw, and Jack not really playing around these pallets with the saw, but additionally, Sweaty Nursemaid just kind of taking him all around the map, not keeping him in one area. Very good for gen pressure here, and this chase has been lasting so long.
And even more than the duration of the chase, though, just took him away from the Shack where the gens needed to progress, and no more danger of being dragged to basement here after this eventually does go down. So I think that's the bigger thing in this chase. Just chaining these tiles together so well here, forcing the bamboozle.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see 2 more gens pop here.
Yeah, Sweaty Nursemaid doing such a good job. Bloodlust kicking in, but another head-on. This is just brutal for our Bubba player. And Bamboozle should be down here. Can we get some sort of mind game going? Ooh. Sweaty Nursemaid actually reads that at the TNL. TNLs are super hard to play with the chainsaw power.
Really good read.
Yeah, Sweaty Nursemaid just playing this so well. He's actually trying to go down under the pallet just to buy more time. I don't know if a vacuum can happen at this point. And yeah, Jack realizes this.
It does manage to get under, finds the Nancy, who's been head on twice now. Gonna be forced to pop drop here. So at least gets rid of that threat. The firecracker's also already gone, so he's gonna be able to get the pick here. But with 3 gens already done, this is not a great spot for a Bubba.
Yeah. That is going to be pain res, and now I imagine Jack is not going to stray too far from this hook at all. However, it does look like he's actually going for Gree 0 here, going to be playing around this mid filler. A very strong tile against Bubba as well. And the stun actually coming through, very well played here.
I think with how late this first down came in, the Bubba here is kind of forced to leave and pressure these gens. It does still have a decent gen split by the Shack, though. There's still a holdable 3-gen here, especially if it gets a hook down in basement. That could be huge. So survivors need to be really conscious about their death spots. Save does come through under the Claudette.
Ooh, a bit of a flick.
Gets the pallet out of the way.
Meg off guard, though.
And this gen by Shack is such high progress that survivors just gonna be threatening it now. But we are down to our last 3 gens. Meg just being very, very aggressive on this generator.
Yeah, we know that there's not really any resources in the area, and Meg is going to have to be very mindful of that, playing around windows more than anything. And unfortunately, that like the pressure on that generator just makes it to where she's able to play these windows a lot safer than otherwise. The chainsaw coming through, but Meg hugging that rock very well, but is still going to go down. And that should be a pain res, depending on how close it
Gonna
is.
be close. Yep, it's been
Oh,
popped. That
yeah,
is so close.
very brutal for our Bobo player here. Jack not quite able to get anything going due to the constant save attempts and slowdown on that early chase.
The Noed unlucky spawn super far away as well, so this might even... I mean, you're Bubba, you can still guarantee this kill, but definitely wanted more than 4 stages.
Yeah,
I
we
would
have to
assume going
wonder
into
what
this round.
Jack's going to do. Not going to leave the hook, actually. Might be trying to bait like they do not have Noed, just to try to get some sort of like double save attempt maybe, but at this point it's too far, too
And
gone.
the Noed's cleansed, they found it, and they're just going to be leaving through that gate and taking the 4th stage most likely. Should be the safe option
Yep,
here for them.
and that's 4 stages for Vicinal. Wow.
It's a very unfortunate bug on the Bubba there. That might have... It would have been close, but that might have been a bit of a chainsaw.
Yeah, unfortunately that bug, it's been there for as long as I can remember,
Yeah.
since the rework, I believe.
Cloudite playing the chase super well though, after the fact anyway. So and the head-on plays are both huge that game.
Yeah, so very well played from Vicinal. And we will have to see what Limitless survivors are able to do with that 4-stage precedent set. So please stay tuned for more exciting Bubba gameplay, and we will be back very shortly. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Grindhouse, and we have yet another Bubba game. I am excited. My favorite killer of all time. But we do have Limitless on the survivors this time, going up against Vicinal's killer, G-Bot. And we will have to see what G-Bot is able to do here. This is my exact pub build, other than the primer bulb. So I am very excited to see the Rancor and hope that we do get a Mori out of it. But I am joined today by my co-caster, AlmostPi.
And we're back at Shack already, with a nice filler pallet behind it. It's going to be a very strong tile. An unfortunate bump there. This is going to be a very tough win con for the survivors, though. Only 4 stages got acquired by their killer last game. Can you feel me? What does the primer bulb actually do, though? I am not familiar off the top of my head. Is that recharge speed?
It is recharge speed on the charges.
Interesting. Yeah, I've just pretty much only ever seen Chili Beastmarks in comp play, so this is an interesting choice. We'll see how it plays, though. Burning through these pallets nice and quick with that recharge, though, so it seems to be working so far. Zoning back to this tile behind Shack, which just appears to be double window, so I think we're out of pallets, and I do not know if the window gets made here. It's pretty close. And
Yeah, without beast marks, you're not going to be able to make that.
Very close. Yeah, easily could have been just a difference of ping there, too. So it does make buses, though, and this looks to be a strong bus setup. And it looks like we're going to be leaving that chase to pressure this gen here on hill. Looks like some progress in mid as well, so see what survivors can do here.
Yeah, it looks like Jack is kind of caught out here at this tile, going to have to be playing this pallet in order to make distance. A little flick action, though, from G-Bot. Very good down.
Let's see if there's a pallet savers one last game. Not quite, so yeah, this is going to be a much earlier hook from last game. And G-Bot honestly has the luxury of just camping this probably at this point. Will lose likely 3 gens for it, but can even get a kick here. Pain Res did not even hit this gen, so another gen definitely with very, very high progress somewhere on the map. Looks like main is high progress as well.
And the one issue is that that down did happen kind of inside the generators that were being progressed. And because of that, G-Bot's kind of able to pressure both of these right here that had all the progress. And that's just a lot of time that these survivors spend on gens just kind of gone now, because you're not able to pressure those generators due to the instant down capabilities of Bubba. And this is the dream setup right here. Like Gbot is able to go to either main to pressure it, this generator to pressure it, or hook, and he has the hill to boot in order to get that amazing viewpoint advantage. And that's Jack on second stage already.
Yeah, I think this hill is such a nice spot for Gbot here. I think the survivors probably needed to pressure a very, very fast unhook when he pressured main there, just to get out of this like little 3-gen scenario that he's trying to hold. They do pop a gen here eventually, and I think a save needs to come through on Jack at this point with how far away Gbot is. Looks like we're not even gonna get the M1 actually. It's a good stun there from Solaris, and the save does come through on Jack as well as before the people play. Fortunately, could still be insta down with the chainsaw, but at least forces the chainsaw for the tunnel out possibility here. It looks like we are going to be going for that tunnel.
Yeah, going around the main building, we do have the kind of weaker window for the main building spawn, but Jack is found at this tile gym, going to have to play it. And Gbot trying to get some... Ooh, tries to go for a flick, but bumps yet again. And that just kind of shows, like, flicks have to be super, super well calculated to avoid bumping here. But that chase is going to continue to Shack.
Gives Jack a lot of distance. Unfortunately, Shack's side has a lot of resources burned already, so does need to be careful running down here, even though it is a good death spot.
Yeah, without those beast marks, this is a very hard tile to play, but that is going to be a broken pallet.
Still does have the strong bust pallet, actually. Pallet got dropped, but still a strong bust pallet with the back window. Looks like we're going to the edge map further here. 2 more gens pop in the meantime. This might... Oh, very, very close.
And without
Good
the
stun.
beast marks, it's so much harder to get these downs at those kinds of tiles. But yeah, very good stun from Jack here.
Need a head on around. And there it is.
Yes.
Well played by Limitless survivors. Another gen pops in the distance. This might be getting dangerous to commit to this down. With only 1 gen remaining and with the win con, it might be better here to go for another survivor, but that was a very good bamboozle vault. Might be the down right here that he needs, and then he'll have plenty of time to find 1 more survivor.
Yeah, there is the down under the pallet. Is this a pallet save?
Alright, so this looks like this will be the tunnel out. So we'll need 1 more survivor on hook for Ty. And if they're able to hold that hook, which they likely will be able to as a Bubba, then that will be the win for Gbot. But if all the remaining survivors get out and finish this last gen, which could happen with some good chases here, so survivors are in a spot to maybe take this game back. It's going to be very close, though. I'm going to force this pallet on me, it looks like. Gbot trying some fancy footwork.
Very patient.
Good patience by Sokka there, though, by Zilla, yeah. Makes the ball into main. Not much else to play with here. I do have this another killer here. So many of the resources burned through with this recharge.
Well, this pallet wasn't even dropped earlier. Ooh.
Barely gets it. And our last gen is done, but Gbot can just hold this hook, and that will meet the win condition for Vicinal here on the Bubba set. So that's likely what I'm expecting to see. Yeah, gate progress already. You see the red light on that far gate. But they would have to save this without anyone else going down. And against the Bubba, I don't think that's going to be very likely.
Yeah, Gbot's just going to play it very safe, holding it very tightly. That first chase, though, was much different from last game. But even so, I think Jack did a very good job of stalling that tunnel out death till that last gen,
Okay.
all things considered.
This is still a good result from survivors. The win con was just super steep with between the unfortunate bug last game, as well as just an excellent first chase by Nurse Main. It's just a little bit too steep of win con, but 6 stages, good result versus Abubba. Nice and standard.
Yeah, that's about it expected.
So well played on both sides.
That will be this first set going over to Vicinal. And next we're going to have a Wraith set as well, so do please stick around. Thank you for watching. We will see you very, very soon. All right, everybody, welcome back to Grindhouse Scrims Week 6. We have Vicinal versus Limitless today, and this time it is Vicinal's killer on their first pick, Wraith on the Dead Dog Saloon. And immediately we get a chase here onto Zilla here at the pallet here. And that is going to be a very quick hit and a chase continuing down into the main building. And it looks like the speed of Wraith is actually going to make it to where Zilla is not able to get to anything valuable. And
A
that will be a very quick
very,
down.
yeah, very, very quick down. Of note, this is 3 for 3 so far. No corrupt on Wraith. And more surprising to me, 2 for 2 of no, or 2 out of 3 no bamboozle. I still feel like bamboozle is definitely very strong, even with Shadow Dance on the main and shack windows on this map. But very, very fast down, which is what you want to see without the corrupt. And now we're just going to be looking to continue to snowball that pressure and chain sloppy hits together.
Yeah, we are looking for another survivor, not quite holding that hook too closely, instead just trying to spread some pressure. But the survivors are doing a very good job of remaining unseen. However, we do actually find the survivors caught out here at this generator. They were working it, and that is going to be a tag onto Liliana. Going to be playing this pallet, and Gbot doing a very good job zoning here towards the edge map. There is still this pallet here, but Liliana kind of paths away from it, and that is going to be a down into the field and another hook as well.
Yeah, very, very good start. Level 5 gens already getting our second hook, and this is honestly, well, 4 gens now, but this is honestly a much better hook position. The hook behind main is very out of the way for most of the 3 gens on this map. With another Painter's hook here, and we have upstairs on this house, as well as Gallows and the deep campground gen. It's going to be a very, very nice 3 gen. Still venturing out to try to pressure elsewhere, though. So we'll see what Gbot can get rolling here.
Yeah, actually going to find Jack here on this generator. Is actually going to get that tag. That swing was incredible.
Unhook comes through meanwhile, though, so we're heading back to the hook. Gonna try to get this 2 or 3 on as quick as possible, I'd imagine. Makes holding these 3 gens much, much easier as Wraith. And just wins that 50-50 perfectly. Good double back. Reads the pallet saves nearby from the unhook, and is now also gonna theoretically get a sloppy tag here as well. No pallet by this gen, actually. So definitely gonna get that tag. And yeah, survivors are looking to be in a rough spot here.
Yeah, we're actually going to go pressure Shack. Going to be getting that vault, cutting off Solaris from that resource. And then we have the 50-50. Ooh. Gbot is going to get that down, and that's 2 downs now, including the tunnel out in field. And Gbot has quite a lot of pressure right now. They did stop to heal Jack. Jack was injured. And that's actually going to be a basement hook as well.
And Liliana's still slugged behind Gallows there. So this, yeah, they're going to need to pick that up and somehow escape. He's going to head right back, I would assume, and pick her. Maybe check for a pallet save nearby. But yeah, this is a very tough spot. 4 gens still to go. And so much pressure from our Wraith player. Okay, no pallet saves. This will be 2 in basement at 4 gens.
Ooh, someone had to be there to get that pallet stun. Like, this is a rough situation for survivors with 2 people in basement, and Wraith is able to hold this so well due to the speed.
Break at least gets that gen done for the time. Could pretty safely get this to a 4K2. I don't think you're really going to be pressuring main from here. So worst case scenario can likely get that done, but even getting a save here is going to be so difficult.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the survivors are able to cook. But Gbot, I mean, he's just content to just sit here. Not even going to try to go use any of that ruin. That's another thing. If they even do try anything, then ruin's just going to chew through any progress they leave.
Saga actually back here on the 8 gen. That's surprising. On the campground zone. That surprises me. And there's a tag, so now she definitely cannot go for those basement saves.
Yeah, Zola's going to get injured. Oh, there's scratch marks. It looks like a save is going to happen.
They'll pull Liliana before death. I'm just going to leave Solaris for now, but even then, good body block by Liliana there, actually. Gets Jack out of basement. And see, Liliana's going to need a very, very good chase here, though. And actually dropping. I'm surprised that was our tunnel out target as well.
Yeah,
Trying to
Solaris is
catch.
still there in basement. I think G-Bot's going to use this time with Sloppy to try to just get pressure on those generators because no one can come for that unhook, ideally, anyways.
Yeah,
So
I think he was concerned about Jack looping back around for a quick unhook if he did commit to Liliana, which does make sense. With 3 injuries, they're not going to be able to save Solaris. So and still finds his tunnel out target here, and as Solaris dies in the basement.
very patient Wraith play here from G-Bot. That's going to be, ooh, very good patience from Liliana.
Liliana's holding her breath, and unfortunately
Ooh,
does not make that vault.
G-Bot's had some nasty swings on this Wraith.
Excellent 50-50s.
Oh,
It
he
does
wants
not go for
more.
the pick, actually. Yeah, a little bit greedy here, but if he can get the 4K3, that'll be a huge result for the Wraith here. Survivor drops off.
That's going to be the vault into main. Actually going to be looping around. No
No
pallet
pallet in
here,
this
though.
zone. Forcing the grabs. They might be able to get the pick up on Liliana. They
Yeah, I
do.
like that play. I really like that play.
Yeah, it buys them some time. It's a smart play, but it's still just such a tough spot. This could easily be a pain res on main, as well as giving access to another pop. Rune is still in play, though, so pop's not going to be an option. But yeah, just so much regression here. Not a pain res, though. So little minor victory there.
A
Uh,
lot
but
of
uh,
regression and a lot of injuries just makes it so hard to come back from anything.
yeah, the snowball off those basement hooks is just massive for G-Bot here. And now he's going to be looking for that reset, and if they're found, that's going to be devastating.
Ooh,
We can
we
hear
hear
them,
them.
hear them.
I
At
don't think
least
that was a
Claudette.
reset.
Yeah, just get checked out here at least. So Liliana gonna be able to buy some time, but don't know what else she has here. One more pallet filler here. Does she win the 50? Not,
Ooh,
unfortunately.
G-Bot doing a great job of just brute forcing those 50-50s, and I don't think he's lost one yet. Is going to be looking around for Jack, who actually does get the unhook across the map. So this might be just the hook and claiming the kill because Liliana is death hook.
Yeah, I mean, taking the 2v1 here is still an excellent position. They might try to double main, but it's been regressing with Rune the entire time that Jack was on that hook, or Zila was on that hook, excuse me. So it's not gonna have much progress remaining. But at this point, 2v1 against Wraith, both injured, it's going to be very difficult for any further gens to be popped here for Limitless.
Yeah, such a tough set. And the
It's
body
still
block
window block
coming
as
through.
well.
Oh!
Oh,
A nice little spin there from Jack actually makes it to where he is able to get the
and
oh, and
patience on the
another
window.
one.
Well played.
Jack
Makes
playing
the
this
ball here.
extremely well. I think this pallet was dropped earlier, but it's not down. Like it's not kicked.
Man,
Yeah.
unfortunately, yeah. Still, Wraith speed, very, very good. Now we're just going to be slugging, trying to find Zila, preventing that next gen from popping and securing the 4K3. But I don't know even where Zila could be hiding. I don't think they had much progress anywhere else besides main. So this is looking like a 4K3 for G-Bot here. It's a very, very strong result.
Ooh, G-Bot's actually Zilla's actually brute forcing another generator.
All right, G-Bot should hear it here. He looks up, sees sees the
Yeah.
saga. So a good attempt, but yeah, just such a tough situation. A little bit friendly teabags. And yeah, that's gonna secure the 4K3 for Vicinal here. Very, very good result. Excellent
That is a
snowball.
crazy result. Um, Gbot just playing that so well, winning like I think it was like 150 that Gbot lost.
Yeah, the hits came through so quickly on this set. It
Mhm.
was,
Oh yeah,
especially with Sloppy. I think they got one heal off the entire game. Yeah, only used 2 pain reses, but Ruin did so much work. It's just, yeah, excellent right play from Gbot.
yeah. So Limitless is gonna have their work cut out for them. This Jack's just gonna deliver himself from the sky in order to get that game going.
I'm,
But
I'm
yeah,
I'm
Limitless.
surprised I'm surprised how little the no bamboozle seems to be mattering in these last two race sets we've seen.
Yeah, I
Races have been
mean,
able to pop off.
Bamboozle's really good at the main building, for sure, but lots of the chases did not go to the main building. Most of them were out in the field where
Hmm.
it's pallets, and Bamboozle's not going to help you with pallets, but the Shadow Dance sure is.
Oh yeah, the
Um,
50s were just excellent.
mhm. So very well played from Vicinal's killer G-Bot, and very well played from Limitless. We will have Limitless's killer going up against the Vicinal survivors on the Wraith set here just shortly. So please stay tuned. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you very, very soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Grindhouse. Limitless did, in fact, just forfeit the Wraith set. So we moved on to play the tiebreaker set to fill time before the next matchup. So we do have Jack here on the Huntress going up against Vicinal survivors on Coal Tower. And right away we see Sweaty Nursemain, and that is a very quick tag with an M1 here from Jack, going back up towards the main building, going to be using that hatchet to try to cut off Sweaty Nursemain from getting to that main building. And now we have kind of this modified 4-lane tile here going to be playing around it. The vault going to be cutting off Sweaty Nursemain from that window. But they are playing this so well, just breaking off that line of sight here. Going to be going around the tile, going to get that vault yet again. The hatchet not quite connecting. And Nursemain just constantly showing up on these chases here.
Yeah, it was excellent in the Bubba chase and excellent again here playing the. Ooh, and we see a little stealthy Renata there trying to play for a save. But yeah, Nursemain just playing excellent on these chases. Some interesting add-on choices for our Huntress as well. We have Begrimed Head, I believe that is. That's the Hemorrhage, so Sloppy Butcher basically, on hatchet hits, as well as the Oakhaft. So, and a little bit of an interesting choice. I wouldn't expect the resets to be as much of an issue, but especially if you get tags cross map, can buy a lot of time. But yeah, Nursemain just does go down here. Wins the little mind game there from Jack. And this is a hook in the top side. I believe we still have a gen at the other corner there for the 3-gen, which is exactly what you want as Nurse on this map. You want to be able to camp this top side when we have a top mid as well. This is a very, very nice gen location, as well as that being a pain rose hook. And Huntress in comp is a lot of camping, to be honest. So we will be reloading our hatchets here back up to the base 7 with the recent patch. And honestly, it took a little bit for the first down, but this is still a very strong position for a Huntress with the gens they can pressure from this hook location.
Oh yeah, I think relatively that's still a very quick down. And with this hook positioning, like you just can pressure 3 generators at once. You know, very, very good stuff for Jack. Able to just hold this hook and not let the survivors get anything done in their 3-gen. However, a very quick pull coming through. That is actually going to be a trade. Now that the generator got done, I believe the trade with the pain res is not going to be as impactful. But that is going to be a pain res somewhere on the map. And Jack's actually going to leave that position and go for the tunnel out, it looks like.
If he gets this chase quickly, it could be worth it, but this could backfire if they are able to just save and pump out gens on that top side, because there is no more generators on this entire bottom half of the map at this point. And yeah, the save comes through immediately as soon as they know the Huntress is on this side of the map. And Sweaty Nurse has a shack. Good tile against the Huntress. It can take a minute to get down here, even if it is hard to leave the tile. So yeah, tiles drop nice and safely. Camps the corner in the basement, and save from the hatchets. Brutal strength there, so this will be a little bit faster, and probably won't be able to make the next tile. Dodges expertly to the left. Jack a little bit impatient on that shot. But yeah, meanwhile, as the chase is going on, they're just going to be pumped on those topside gens, and I think this is great for Vicinal survivors here. Even with a down on this side of the map, like he's not going to be able to hold this to death. Like it's still only going to be the second hook, and won't be able to camp this side. No agitation to bring it to the top side of the map. Okay. And an excellent stun by Nursemain, as well as the blind. A gen pops, who don't even know which one it is with that blind. Looks like it was the corner he was hooked in originally. Probably doubled that after the unhook, as
No,
Renato is still
is
injured.
that top mid, and then the 11 pops as well,
Yeah.
breaking that 3 gen, and now even if this down comes through, there's really nothing that we can do to pressure the generators at this point.
Yeah.
But that is going to be a down and another hook, but at the same time, you don't really get much from the hook because there's no pain res. We already have 2 stacks of no way out. And he's not even death hook. So
Yeah.
it makes it very difficult, especially in this position with no 3 gen to
This
do
was
anything.
a decent 3 gen. It's not great, but you have main, you have, and then 2 on the same side. So it is somewhat holdable, but yeah, they immediately unhook as soon as he goes upstairs. No way to get a hatchet tag. Just 4 survivors alive and expertly split here to split the Huntress's pressure. And even has to reload, so Claudette's just going to get back to that bot side of the map and be safe and probably get a reset on them as well.
Yeah, we do see a crow here, and I think Jack saw it as well, is going to be looking around for any survivor, and it does sound like that the survivors snuck into the area, and that is going to be, ooh, a balance landing coming through from cameraman here. And, ooh,
Patience, a
very good
good hit.
hatchet.
Yeah, good hit from Jack there. Maybe a 2-tap. Has the rock to hide behind nice and safely. Hill's in a decent position, but I believe those gens are hidden safely nestled in their little tiles. This one's a little in between, but still hard to hit with all these boxes around.
Yeah, a hit like that is just what Jack needs in order to get something going, but does actually find Sweaty Nursemaid here yet again at this 4 lane. And 4 lanes are pretty decent up against Huntress, just able to break that line of sight.
Good
However,
hit.
Nursemaid is going to get tagged at that pallet, and very patient from Nursemaid, not giving that vision at the window. Going to instead go back towards Jack, and it looks like Jack's actually going to drop the chase and go back up towards the generators.
Yeah, I like that window attempt by Jack, though. He needs a quick down, and he knows it. Oh, an excellent
Oh!
snipe through the window, though.
Yes. Oh, but
For the
for the
play.
people.
2 people on that gen up there, so I mean 2 injures. Only one of them has balance, so might still be able to make something here, but this gen has so much progress.
Yeah, going to stop to kick it with that brutal strength. A vault coming through, going to likely get some distance with a live maybe. And we don't actually see the scratch marks, but we find some blood trails here. Going to be going back up towards that gen maybe.
Maybe he's listening for it. I think they took their distance safety. One on the hill there. Meg was the balanced player, so this is a little bit of a precarious spot for the Renato, I think, but he does make it safely to main. Good timing on his jump down off that hill.
We
And yeah,
do hear both survivors up here, though. That is going to be the Meg with balanced. Cameraman just making as much distance away as possible. And this is a very hard situation for Jack because that generator does have so much progress. And the survivors are just getting distance after distance. Can the... Ooh, very good flick. However, a very good crouch by Gree0 is not going to lead to a down. Going to be playing around this eye filler until we get to this point. And then the adrenaline coming through. That is brutal. And now we only have ex-cameraman here who is injured after all that. And Jack kind of lost, not quite committing towards that hit onto Gree0 again. Is instead going to start maneuvering around the gates, knowing that we have no way out, but it's not fully stacked. This could snowball into some sort of potential result here in the end game.
No way out has not been procced yet, so survivors may be biding their time, moving stealthily a little bit away from that gen they finished. It was pretty far from both of the gates. Does find someone in the water tower here. No way out. Finally procced down near Shack. Could still get a good 6 stage here if we're able to commit to a chase. It is hard to unhook against Huntress. Doable with 3 alive though, but just going to need a quick down before these gates are able to be opened on this Renato.
Yeah, but Gree0 going to be playing this double window tile phenomenally, just breaking line of sight. This is actually a very difficult tile for Huntress unless you're able to catch someone on one of those vaults. And Jack just choosing to vault this over and over is actually going to get Gree0 quite a bit of different distance. And actually makes it towards this rock filler here, where just so much time is being bought. We have double Tears of Bloodlust coming through, and that is going to secure the hatchet hit. And now we have to wonder if Greaser is going to be able to make it out. That door down there is likely being worked. Ooh, almost gets the Ralph tech, but does not quite make it. Instead, we're going to be chasing around this double window yet again. Grease Zero just doing such a good job of breaking that line of sight, making this down incredibly difficult for our Huntress player. The pallet going to be broken with that brutal strength, but then Grease Zero is going to actually run towards the top side of the map, buying even more time for his team to open that door and maybe even set up for hit tanks.
Yeah,
And I
body
think we
blocks
saw
are a
some
real threat here.
survivors out in the corner, but we are going to see that down come through on Grease Zero. They're trying to open this door and threaten some sort of save as well, maybe with a firecracker. The sprint burst is going to be forced out, and this is probably going to be a pick.
Survivors do want to be a little bit careful here, not to give away any free tags, but it is savable if they want to try for it. 3 healthy survivors, even with Huntress hatchets, is doable. Pretty far from the open gate, though. That was 6 by Shack's likely open, and it looks like they are just going to take their... Oh, and my mistake is 5 stage. He had already been hooked once before. So,
yeah, that is 5 stages here for Jack. Very good play from the survivors. They just denied so many hits there. That early chase was amazing, and then denying that tunnel out got so much gen pressure going. It was so hard for Jack to keep up. Still not a bad result, though. I mean, 6 stages is probably about what I would expect from a Huntress.
yeah, I think a little bit of an overcommit on the Claudette that game, and the survivors just capitalized on it expertly. Excellent jump pressure there.
Yeah. But we will see what Vicinal's killer is going to be able to do up against Limitless's survivors in the next match. So please do stay tuned. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you very, very shortly. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Grindhouse Scrims Week 6. This is the for fun tiebreaker match between Vicinal and Limitless. And we have Vicinal's killer, Rayoxium, on the Huntress, going up against Limitless's survivors. And already we have a chase here going onto Liliana, going to be playing around this tile. A medium vault, unfortunately for Liliana, means that the hatchet is going to tag her, and that is going to be a very quick down here on the edge map here. And with the power of Agi, that's going to be a very advantageous hook as well.
Already seeing add-on value too on that window hit with the fast flight speed, so the crouch couldn't get around the window in time. Rose Root, probably one of my favorite Huntress add-ons personally.
Oh yeah, Rose Root is like crack.
It's very, very good. Can take some getting used to. It changes the arc on your longer shots. Can make shooting over some rock tiles and such a little more awkward. Still possible, but definitely a little harder.
And that is going to be the stun. Yeah,
Ray giving a lot of distance here. So. But with a very early down, I think she felt she had the luxury to do that. Not even going for a painters on that first hook.
Yeah, going to be chasing Jack here on the edge map. Jack trying their best to cut off that line of sight, but with no tiles in play, that is going to be a very hard ask, and that is going to be a down here on the bottom side of the map. But again, this agitation is just going to make it to where Rayoxium is going to be able to make it to any hook that they need, including this pain res here, which is going to stall down the survivor's progress even more. And with that 9 gen getting interrupted right there, like that's going to be a lot of progress lost from the survivors.
Luckily, it's a hook on the bot side of the map here near Shack for the survivors. It is not the strongest 3 gen down there. Most of the gens up near the main side of the map, even without the gen on this corner that we're looking at now. But does find a survivor up here, so we'll see if we can get another quick down. It's been a lot of fast injuries here.
Ooh, the Ralph tech
excellent window shot. And he missed head on, it looks like. Does not take the tag for that, though.
Elodie doing a good job here, avoiding getting tagged by the hatchets. Elodie going to be wrapping around this rock. However, it looks like there is no more line of sight blockers to be seen, and that is probably going to be a down here. Very good dodge again, though. Going to be playing this window, but that is going to be an animation lock, and Ray is just going to capitalize on it, getting the down, but a generator pops in the distance.
and every survivor injured at this point. So these cross-map hatchets can be very deadly here. A lot of these gens are surprisingly open, even with the high wall tiles on Macmillan. So yeah, looks like they're resetting one coming through on Jack right there. But yeah, one gen done, 3 hook stages, a very, very fast start for Ray here. And we see a survivor cross map there.
Very good shot from Ray here. Holy.
Headshot right onto the Liliana, right at the pallet. Excellent, excellent shot.
Yeah,
Rose Root coming through makes it so much harder to dodge those fully charged cross maps. They fly so quickly. And you'd honestly still have to do predictions a little bit, even at that range, to dodge them sometimes. What comes
These are
through
just
meanwhile?
very open hooks as well. Going to get that tag onto, I believe that's Gisted. And is going to be continuing the chase onto Jack here around this edge map rock. Going to be breaking line of sight with the trees. However, that is just going to be enough line of sight for the hit to come through. And now we have this tile. Good fake from Jack. However, Ray has her eyes set on the unhook. Does not quite land that shot onto Anya. And the tunneled out survivor is going to be making it into this jungle gym here. Going to be playing the pallet side. We do not see a pallet drop. Very patient. Going to be breaking line of sight with the gen's help.
Very good pathing here from Lily.
Ooh, very good pallet drop. Oh, and it just barely doesn't make the hit.
Yep,
Yeah,
Lily's
playing this
has a
tile
lot of time
super
here.
well.
Yeah, good greed, not taking the window bait. Otherwise, yeah, the comedian's a hit on a jungle jumper. Huntress is able to make it towards main here. If she can get into main, and Ray gets a little bit hit by that wire spool collision. But main building, probably the strongest tile on this map against the Huntress, with her being 4.4 and often not running bamboozle. That window can buy you a lot of time, even if you do eventually get hit. Even a good dodge hugging that
Misses the
tile.
hatchet.
One more dodge here, buy a lot of time. Oh,
Oh.
but an excellent hit from Ray. One more dodge there would have been huge. Would have gotten another loop around main. So an unfortunate down there for Limitless.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not able to block the line of sight with those obstacles. With the amount of distance obtained, maybe a crouch would have helped, but
Yeah, I think a crouch maybe would have saved her, but it would have been close. Rose Root messes with the hitbox timing so much.
Yeah,
only 20%, but it's so much faster. The
that's
pain
gonna
res
be
and the
that
death
pain res.
before.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be very.
It's just a lot of regression and a lot of generators getting interrupted, including this extremely progressed generator down here. Our survivors are fully healed, but Ray is just taking shot after shot, and Gisted here does finally get hit, but Ray is going to reload right now as Gisted takes their distance, and it looks like Anya, unfortunately, 7% at that generator.
Yeah, with this already being a 3v1, Ray not really worried about committing to that chase, can just pressure this gen and try to go for a very big result on their killer side for Vicinal here.
Ooh, very good mind game. Actually going to catch Anya off guard.
And the body block into the grab with the OCAFT.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate play from Anya there. Going to be kind of bamboozled by the speed boost. And that is going to be a hook, another pain res, and the final stack of No Way Out. And Ray is just playing this extremely aggressively, going to be chasing Jack off this generator, the only other generator on the map that we saw had progress. We have to wonder if Gisted is going for the quick unhook or if they're working a different generator. Instead, Jack is going to be caught out here at this tile yet again. And Ray has been playing those windows extremely well. Going to get a tag here, actually. And Jack not really left with a lot of room. Gets grabbed at the window.
And with Gisted still injured, it was probably playing safe on the opposite side of the map, so getting cross map towards Shack to get that unhook just took so much time. It's not even coming through yet. So likely couldn't even cross. Yeah, the unhook does come through. Looks like second wind on Ace as well, so he'll at least be healed up. But yeah, even with just one injury and a hook, this is so much pressure in a 3v1 scenario.
Oh, yeah.
The hell stage is coming way too quick from Reaxium for Limitless to really keep up, unfortunately.
Yeah, Ray's chases have
good
been
prediction
super
shot
clean.
there. Barely misses onto Gisted on the rock. But yeah, gonna reload. Gisted will make some more distance. Should make it to main here. Little prediction shot over the hill. I did see the scratch marks there. Trying to get a shot over the hill. That balance, she might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, Gisted is playing this extremely patiently and very well, just stalling out time, allowed their team to get the unhook. They're just going to be playing around this tile yet again. Wraith is just cutting off the inside of the tile, trying to get some sort of pressure off with the window. Very patient play. However, Gisted is kind of caught out here. Oh,
Good
very
dodge. Good
good
dodge.
They're
Doesn't flare
running
into
into the main. If this is balanced, this will be huge for the chase.
Looks like it was, didn't he? No, it was not balanced. Unfortunate. Yeah, the stagger there is just too much off the main building. I believe this was their second hook on the Gisted. It is. See if they can get some more gen progress here. Weren't healing, so likely do get some gen progress. One of the survivors running towards Shack, I believe it was the Ace. Vault, or either 7% on that far gen, it looks like.
Yeah, it looked like a 7%. Ray is kind of camping that generator, though. Knows that the regression events are stacking up on it. And we do actually catch out a survivor here at this Ormond tile, but they're going to make distance, and Ray's actually going to reload instead.
And knowing where all the survivors are is honestly good enough here. I think 4 Ray will give us the luxury of camping this out without too much threat of... 2 gens definitely won't pop. Might be able to get that corner gen by Shack. Not quite clear how much progress is actually on it from this distance. And yeah, just an excellent snipe on a Jack. Don't even think she was looking for that. And the injury onto Ace. Yeah, this is going to be 4k4 here. Can just commit to the chase, I'm guessing, at this point. And not really going to make any distance anywhere. All we have is this hill. Pallet's already burned on this side. There's the pallet on the back, but it's just a filler with no walls, so Huntress can kind of snipe you through that.
Going to be playing this main building yet again, but we didn't see a
stagger
balance earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's it. 4k4 for Ray.
Rayonnaise with the laser accuracy hatchets here. Just incredibly quick chases for a Huntress set.
Rosary, incredibly hard to dodge. They just come out so quick, especially around corners on tiles like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's so threatening if you're not ready for it. And even if you are ready for it, it can just turn it into a 50-50 if you pick wrong. That's a hell state right there. So yeah, well done by Ray. This one's going to take this tiebreak as well.
Great map pressure all around. Very well played from our survivors. I do hope that we see more of them in the future. So we do have more matches coming up though. I forget what's the next match, isn't it? Is it Dead Future and someone?
I think it's Dead Future. Let me double check.
Yeah, I need to have the schedule.
It is Sorrow versus Dead Future.
Sorrow versus Dead Future. All right. We are going to have that matchup coming up, so please do stay tuned. I believe you'll get that in 30 minutes. So thank you all for watching. Please stick around for that. I unfortunately will not be casting it, but AlmostPi, my good friend here, is going to be joined by another good friend of mine, Georgie.
Yeah.
But I'm Tyro. Thank you for watching. What were you going to say?
I was saying we got more chainsaws and more DDS Wraith coming up. So if you like the previous sets, we got more of the same. Billy, Bubba, and Wraith in the next set.
I love Bubba.
The tiebreak on that one, so we may not see it, but who knows? But at least have some chainsaw with guaranteed Billy. So Billy's going to be exciting.
Oh man, that will be fun. All right, thank you all for watching. Appreciate all of you. So stay tuned. Thank you, and we'll see you in half an hour.
Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the long wait. We had a little bit of waiting to do, but we're in here with Sorrow versus Dead Future. It's going to be a Billy set. Going to be super fast-paced. These games generally are pretty dang bloody, but for our last matchup of the night, I'm excited to see where this goes. We're gonna have Jinxie playing for Dead Future here, and already getting into a chase. Oh my god, what a curve!
Saw somebody else mid-map there too.
The power of Billy, how fast he can get downs. I mean, Pi, you said it first. Like that's just That's he's seen a chase mid map. We'll have to see where he goes from here.
Yeah, I mean, basement hook at 5 gens. I don't think Billy will camp this. He could be just super deadly and very mobile around the map. But yeah, so a very interesting perk there in the corner as well. It won't protect the ruin, but if they do cleanse it, retribution. So they'll be oblivious while cleansing. So if their comms are not on point, that could lead to disaster, as well as just getting 15 seconds of pure aura reading if that rune gets cleansed.
Yeah, one thing you have to remember with Retribution is the aura reading, right? Like you said, it gives a lot of info to the Billy, and you can see rotations coming for the unhook. And kind of what we're seeing here with the general Billy sense is threatening gens and then going back to hook, and that's really what Billy pops off on doing. For Triggering Ruin, gonna start chase with Claudette here.
Yeah, and like he's cross map right now, but even then, almost already back to his totem, close enough to basement to threaten the unhook if it comes through. And that's the max distance you're gonna be on this map, so it's almost never safe, especially with overdrive. It's just instantly in basement, just like that. So yeah, just threatening. Gonna push the L into second here. Yep, there she goes. And immediately back out to pressure gens on the map.
Jinxie gonna find a chase here onto the Sable girly poppers. Great
Yeah, girly pop on like 3. So we got Sav, Neko, and I guess this is just X. Ooh, this might be the real girly pop. Yeah, ooh, unfortunate bump there. Good attempt by Jinxie, but still honestly just getting pressure here. Even with these bumps. Buying a lot of
Jinxie is
time
kind of recognizing they aren't gonna go for the pull quite yet, so he's comfortable leaving the hook. And I don't know if he's gonna commit to this chase. Does he go back? Looks like he wants to send it.
Oh, excellent stun there by Nico. And they got the saves. Going to be out of basement at this point, even with the other overdrive. So bought enough time with that stun. Gen pop as well, so Survivor's making a little bit of a comeback here from the early down.
Bit of a backfire. Jinxie not having it down, and the unhook comes through. He's got to find something quick, or else we're going to lose another gen. And Claudette's on that gen the whole time this chase is happening.
Strong as Billy is, there's the Retribution. Looks like the Retribution itself was the one that was cleansed there. And as strong as Billy is, though, you do really want someone on hook just to snowball that pressure. Otherwise, and good hit on the window there.
That hits. Wow.
But perfect info on the Survivors right there.
He wants to use the Retribution value.
Yeah. If he can get another quick down here, that would be very, very good. Even just going back for a hook, though, honestly, the down here is a lot of pressure. This is the tunnel out, though, that he finds with the Retribution. So likely will stick to this just to get the 3v1. Still at 4 gens here.
She's doing her best, trying to play this pallet, being really careful here. Can she lost pallet control, though. Curve comes out, she goes and flares
Excellent flare.
Well done. That's going to be an M1 from the Billy. Does Jinxie want to go back and take his slug? Looks like he's going to commit this chase here.
Yeah, I think he wants the tunnel out, which I would agree with. Definitely did see the ruin on that tile as well. Just zoning a little bit back towards this one pallet, not giving Ellen the option of getting back towards Shack or the other strong tiles on that side of the map. So going to break the pallet, and now even an M1 can end the Ellen's life. Going to make it around this truck. Opportunity for a curve. Looks like Jinx is just playing a little bit safer though. Leaving.
He drops the tunnel out. Oh. Wow, Sav did such a good job in that chase. Jinxie realized it was taking too long and needs to go pressure a gen. Fighting for a good win con here, but I mean, Pi, at this point, I don't even know if we're fighting for a win con. This might be outs considering how these chases have been going.
Yeah, I mean, if the Survivors keep these chases up, this definitely could be outs. I'm very surprised they left a tunnel out there instead of just, like, even just M1ing there. Could have just tried to run her around the truck and get a bloodlust M1. You already had her injured from the M1 at the pallet. Now she's healthy again, and that's going to make the tunnel that much harder.
But as you say that, this is a hook next to a 90% gen. This means all this progress, Ruin's ticking away at it, and you get to camp the hook. Jinxie could have a comeback here.
They do know where the ruin is, but it's going to be hard to pop with Billy. Billy's going to he's going to be pressuring that and this hook at the same time. So it's not over yet. Billy can snowball very quickly at all times, pretty much.
You're never safe in a Billy set, and that's why I love watching them. They're just so fast-paced. I love it when teams pick this character. He's just super exciting to watch. I love seeing the mechanical prowess on people that play him and watching how they choose to play around loops and use his curving potential. Really slowing down the pace of the games. You can see the Survivors are really reluctant to send the pull. I think they're kind of aware of Jinxie's playstyle, where he leaves and then proxies and then comes back and threatens. So, good job on the Survivors so far.
Yeah, they definitely have to play it slow here. The threat of just being slugged next to hook, if you're too aggressive on a save, that just can end the game right there. With 2 survivors down and a chainsaw killer, you're never, like, recovering from that is almost near impossible. Does find Ellen again, so this is our tunnel out if we want to go for it, but looks like we're just going to be securing second on Claudette, which we do. Another bump on the hill, and then might go for the tunnel out here, might just pressure gens. Sees the tunnel out on the island again, but yeah, looks like we're prioritizing gens here and just keeping our new tunnel out target as the Claudette, who's currently on hook, and on a hill, who's going to be a little bit hard to get out of. With only one approach angle, it's so much easier for the ability to just cut off any approach for that on hook.
Jinxie's doing a great job juggling the survivors here, really just keeping them on their toes. But he has Helen in the corner. This is a down. Well. Yeah. And you said it. She was Death Hook, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she's Death Hook.
Jinxie wants more though. He's greedy.
Knows where all the survivors are. 2 on the unhook and this one on this gen. So at least getting some rune value here. Probably does go for the kill at this point though. And then does have another Death Hook survivor on the injured Claudette. They might try to reset, but very high progress on both this main gen and the gen on the rock on the way to Shack. So these
That's a good little. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say rune's getting value, but if another long chase would get survivors 2 more gens here pretty quickly.
Yeah, Ruin, it being up this whole time, especially now that we're moving into the 3v1, it's going to just be massive on these survivors. And they had such a good start, really brilliant plays by them, but now it's really slowing down. And, you know, Billy sets are just, they're just on the needle every time, you know, anything could happen. And already getting across the map, catching out David. He does have a pallet. Let's see how he plays it.
Dodges the M1. We saw the Claudette behind main there, but yeah, Jinxie just more worried about these 2 high progress gens in the middle of the map. An excellent curve. Does lose main gen for that, so at least survivors getting something in return. But still, good curve, good down, and likely will not get the second gen because of that. Yeah, Ruin just doing work on this one. Already almost down below 75. Knows where the Claudette was, likely didn't make much distance. Yep, still back to the same pallet as soon as she heard him coming.
Claudette in danger here. Does get the pallet drop. Does that look? That's an SB. Jinxie doesn't want to take this chase. Is actually going to be fine dropping it and going back to hook.
Still worried about this mid-gen. I mean, they could double it and pop it pretty reasonably if Nico had a good chase there.
Wow.
And nice S-curve on the read down on that tree.
Great correction from Jinxie.
Yeah, that was very good. And this could be a basement hook if he wants. It looks like he's just going to take the fast hook here on top of the map. Keep the pressure rolling on the gens. Rune just getting so much value at this point. Actually do get that hill gen though. Down to 1 gen remaining. So honestly not bad by the survivors. They made an excellent recovery after that early first down.
I've seen many Billy sets where it ends at 3 gens. So, you know,
yeah,
this,
with that first down, I'd easily could have. Oh, a little bit of fat shame on that tree, it looks like.
I've called a mind game, you know. Have fun with it.
I'm
really loving really loving all the mechanical stuff going on from Jinxie. I love that he sends stuff. Very fun Billy to watch. You know.
There's 2 Death Hook survivors here, and both injured. So Claudette or David would make this a 2v1. But yeah, still probably about half progress on that mid-map gen. And I don't think they have much else from what I've seen.
Trying to catch out a survivor. I think they're going to play this slow. Well, actually, as I say that, someone's aggressive here in the gen.
It's the healthy survivor. Looks like the Sable. Leave no blood. Yeah, it is the Sable. Breaks the pallet. And see if she can break in the line of sight. And Ingles here might. Oh, bumps into the tree. Unfortunate. Little over curve there. Well, early curve, rather. Looks like he might leave. Or fake it.
Just not letting these connect so far. Just a little bit of issues with collision, but he's certainly sending them. Not afraid to.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
long range snipe.
You know, it looked like he wanted to drop it, but he just didn't get the time. Was he playing for the stun? That is.
He might have been
crazy.
Yeah, it just. Oh man, but yeah, that was.
Engravings overdrive. You're so fast.
It's so fast. Yeah, it's so fast. It's very hard to react to. Even if you see him coming, it's just like the timing is very, very tight. But yeah, that's 2v1 now. So this last gen with Rune still active, gonna be almost impossible to get at this point. Still a very good recovery from the initial first down though. This could have gone much worse. So well played by Sarah here.
Sends it, and what? That doesn't hit. Really?
I think it was a crouch check by Nico.
Good job.
Gets the pallet. Yeah, is gonna go make sure the gen doesn't pop.
It does pop. No way. So big.
Pops into 2v1. That is huge.
With such an early death too.
Sable's still fresh here, so I mean, but they might get a stage out. And if he doesn't get this down, could maybe play for Hatch. Well, that's almost definitely on the door across the map here. Saw a Shack pallet, breaks it. Gonna play window. No ban here to lock down the window. If Sable can stay alive and get hatched, that would be huge. He's actually leading the Sable.
He guesses the wrong door though.
Just if this is hatched, okay. She left Shack though. Gets to a pallet to play at least, but maybe the door's not as progressed as I'm thinking. He does get the down.
Nice curve.
All right, yeah. So it looks like it's gonna be 11 stages though. So, but even finishing all the gens, that's a huge result for Sorrow.
I mean, just getting 2 stages against Billy is pretty damn good in my opinion. I think this killer is savage, very strong, just
definitely.
very difficult to out. So absolutely well played by the survivors. That was super fun to watch. Jinxie did a great job, all things considered. I loved watching the curves. Very good on the S curves too.
A couple unfortunate bumps that could have swung the game a little harder in Dead Future's favor, but it's really anyone's game going to the next set, or next half of the set rather.
Yeah, of course. And with that, that's going to be the end of the first match of the first set. Stick around. This is Dead Future versus Sorrow. We'll be back with round 2 of match 1. Hello everyone, welcome back. This is match 2 of set 1. This is Dead Future versus Sorrow. We had a little bit of a hold there, but we're getting into it. Looks like we didn't miss much. Just generally the survivors are stealthing off the start. And what was it? What was the last result, Pi? It was 11 stages. That's pretty good, right?
3K11. 3K11.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely winnable though for the survivors here, or for the killer rather. It's not unexpected to get a 4K with Billy on this map. So we have a bit of a different build here, though. We have Rune Pop again. But we have Bamboozle and Corrupt, so a little bit more time to find survivors. They did find the Rune. It looks like they were starting it. And we find our first chase here on the Rune onto Arcade. So let's see how fast this down can be. Perfect. Oh,
Fat shame, no.
Fat shamed again. Gonna break the pallet here probably for some zoning.
Yep, break that plate super slow.
Yeah, with the Corrupt, you get a little extra time for this first down, without survivors being on too many gens. Though the Corrupt is just on the spot side and pretty spread out as well. So they could be doubled on gens. That's a very, very nice hit on the Kate there.
I love seeing overdrive curve like that.
Yeah, that was so good. Doesn't try to take this too far towards mid though, so.
Yep, just another hook at 5 gens is just generally how Billy sets go. I mean, you said it earlier, not unexpected to get a 4K, so it's not gonna be a cakewalk for these survivors to get outs against the Billy, but you know, with the right kind of plays, good kind of chases, it's very possible, like we just saw. But looks like the Billy is gonna use the Ruin. Now remember, Nos saw Ruin earlier, so they know about it. They know its whereabouts. So it looks like he might get it here. Oh, but he's on to Quentin. Barely misses.
So one good thing in the survivors figure here, Billy is on the S tier bouncing now with some specific bans as well. So no Deli or Unbreakable or anything like that. But Billy can't run Pain Res, so the only regression perk we have active right now is Ruin. And we'll have Pop if that gets cleansed, but it's only one regression perk for the Billy this entire match, no matter what happens.
And don't forget, Decisive Strike is available to these survivors.
Yes, and it's the new 5-second Decisive, so unfortunately getting a little more tree cutting down. They do pop the Shack gen, so first gen gets popped as we take the chase towards that Shack, so likely a good death spot. This is going for the tunnel out though, chasing the Kate again, drops pallet, a little bit of M1
good patience.
Makes the vault, nice. Makes the vault again, might make window off of that too. Just playing some M1 Billy here.
Really doing good job on the M1 chase here, Nos, but doesn't look like she's gonna make this pallet. She is Obsession though. Is this Decisive Strike?
If it's Decisive into Shack, that'd be huge.
This could be huge. It is not.
Unfortunate.
Or she's saving it. She could be
She might be saving it. That is true. Just bait it into the full tunnel out and get a long chase there. Still not a bad second chase, to be fair.
Of course.
Forcing in the M1 is what you want to do a lot of the time. It buys the most time, even if you are already injured. So finds Quentin again.
I don't think the survivors on Dead Future really care about Ruin. I think they're perfectly content leaving it up. They just want gen pressure.
I mean, Ruin was up the entire time last game. They never got any pop value, and they still popped all the gens, so it's definitely doable. So, and with how close this hook is to the Ruin, it'd be very hard to cleanse at this point. They might be able to sneak it, but yeah, I think gen pressure is the correct call here.
Billy does not want to give up this hook. I think he knows something's up.
And getting to a 3v1 at 4 or even 3 gens, which is likely makes the win con that much easier. 3v1 is so much harder.
And he's not playing for anything fancy here. Doesn't need a 4K2, doesn't need a 4K3. Just get your 4K. That's it.
Yep. Yep, and even at 0, even if I get all the gens, a full 12 stage 4K will do it. So yeah, it looks like Kate will be dying here. They get 2 gens for it. But
So
that's
Billy,
a 3v1 with Ruin.
first step at 2 gens. We're down to a 3v1. You know what happens at 3v1s in Billy Sets Pi? People get slugged, people die, gens stop getting progressed. So
A little bit of a free drop on the Shack pallet.
it's gonna get picked up here pretty fast.
Oh yeah, like I said, Billy Sets can snowball at any time. Just a quick chain of downs with chainsaw hits. And go staff real quick. Bamboozle coming into play here.
Might get curved here.
Here's the tile next to the rock. Do we get the curve?
Is he gonna send it? Doesn't look like he wants to. Oh, but this is it.
Be patient.
Oh, good try.
Hugs the rock tight.
I don't think he makes window.
Oh, they get Rune as well. They do get down for this though.
Yep.
But Rune is cleansed, so no longer have to deal with Rune. Pop will be in play. Can cycle hooks those, Billy. Might honestly be stronger in the 3v1.
Opting for basement. Okay. I don't think he has a. Are there gens up there? I think there's a gen at the dump truck, right? At like 6.
Yeah, but Shack's already done. Down to 1 gen already.
Ooh.
That's
getting
split.
spicy.
We have main. We have over across from Shack.
He does have a little bit of a gen lock here for Billy. For Billy, that is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this whole map is a gen lock for Billy.
I mean, if you're like Doctor Pyramid Head, you're not really happy about this, but.
I mean, this is playable, yeah, especially with Pop. So, and we know at least one of the survivors was stuck at the top side of the map.
Seems like our Billy is confident that both survivors are on the top side over here by 12, 1 o'clock-ish, and
Just
I
trying
think
to hold this cross.
he's just, yeah, like you said, holding the cross, looking for any survivors. That's the thing about these Azeroth maps, is they're just so wide open, and I think that's truly what makes it difficult for survivors. Just you can spot rotations as killer, and look, he knows where both survivors are now.
Oh, that's huge.
I think this could be actually game over. This could be game over.
It could be. If we have a long chase here on the Nia, we could just pump out the gen across from Shack, and that might be the best play.
Seems like he's taking the chase though. He's taking the bite. Oh, wants to go back.
Yeah, a little unfortunate bump. Jinxie does go second there in the basement. But yeah, don't see rotation, so likely just getting progress on this gen over here by this exit gate.
Billy is in full control of this match right now. Does he make pallet? No, he actually gets the body block. Is this a down?
Oh yeah, it's a down.
Oh, is he gonna slug this?
He should.
He chooses not to. No, he does. He does.
All right, yeah, because they're gonna.
I think it's over, Pi. I think it's over.
I think this is it. Might make it to basement with that bump, but I don't know if they get out.
They do get the basement pull, but they have to both
Borrowed
make it out of
body
Shack
block,
here.
maybe.
Body block. There's still about 6 seconds left on this.
Heck, do good at the body block.
He doesn't.
Count. Right.
There's no unbreakable in play.
Nia's at least out of basement. Something could happen here, but yeah, this is
Nia has to pop off here.
And then Heck can just play this super safe. Yeah, Heck just needs to play safe here, and it's 4K1.
Yep.
Don't try to do any fancy curves that you don't need to. Just break every pot on the map if you have to, and you can secure your win con. Yeah, like I said, no unbreakable even though we're nest here. Oop, it's a little bit just drops pallet, but yeah, doesn't even make much distance. Overdrive is just so fast.
Whoa!
I like the attempt.
For a little bit of a long curve there. And dropping chase. Okay. So there you go. Nia popped off in chase, I guess.
Yeah.
I think
gets the pickup on Ace. I mean, if he finds the blood trail.
He's just gonna take the Quentin death, right? Yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah, this will be 2v1. This will be 2v1. So Ruin is gone, but we have the pop. But yeah, 2v1. Even with this gen split, it's gonna be very, very hard.
I don't even think a bleed out matters, right? Because it just has to be a 4K.
Yeah, so, as long as all 12 stages are gotten, a bleed out's fine.
Yeah, so these survivors they literally have to pop the gens and get out. That is the only way they win this set.
Correct. Yeah.
So,
any outs, one stage out would be a tie, and any more than that, yeah. But yeah, we get another one here.
Just gonna swing through it, not giving a damn.
Nia giving a little side eye there, just like
she's like, really? Not giving me the song? Come on, be a man. Be a man. Divorce your wife. Come on. Nia playing this palette well does actually get the drop. Billy just wants to bloodlust and does get the hit.
Just gets the M1. And now we're going for the slug.
You see so many new gen Billys just never M1. They're just only curves, only curves. And this guy, I'm getting the sense he doesn't play that much new Billy. So maybe. But I don't know. He is 4K.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Getting a good result here. So.
Overall, amazing performance by Sorrow so far. I think this was Dead Future's pick too.
It was, yeah. I mean, Heck's just playing this Billy super safe.
Yeah.
And yeah, the good gen pressure gets the 3v1 early. is able to hold
Checking
the
map
3v1 here.
Finesse here. Finesse is actually going to get found, and this is probably the final chase of the game. We'll have to see how Finesse plays it.
You know, without another miracle, yeah, this will be 4K1 secured here.
Ooh, baiting the pallet drop. You can see he's super slow about sending the curves. Doesn't want to risk anything here. Out of a zoner style. Ooh, maybe that curve works if you have boots, but not quite with just what was that
Yeah,
Thompson mix?
I think you might need overdrive for that one at that angle. It's a little bit long, but yeah, this is Thompson mix, so just faster recovery.
Good move by Finesse. You can see he's got a lot of experience in the Billy matchup. Oh my gosh,
That would have
almost.
that would have been huge.
What a great prediction that would have been.
Let me see back to the
Finesse
pallet here. Probably
just barely
forces the
making out.
M1.
Yep.
So yeah, as long as hatch shenanigans don't, this will be. Well, actually, no, they didn't even finish last gen. So actually, it's even a bleed out or a hatch here. As long as he gets the downs here, will be the victory for Sorrow's killer here.
You got to think, man, what if this kind of chase happened in the early part of the game, you know? But
Exactly. Yeah.
it's all said and done by now. We're just kind of wrapping it up here. Finesse kind of just showing us the moves and showing us that he is a very talented survivor, which I would have
Barely
to
gets
agree.
tagged on the pallet bullet there, but well played. Some
But
good M1 Billy. Good old Billy.
you know, like you said, barring some hatch shenanigans, that's gonna be a wrap up. That's gonna be a 4K1.
Even with the hatch, though, yeah, they didn't finish last gen, so that blocks in the win.
Yeah, that doesn't even matter. Yeah, it's Jover. So
Sorry,
this Billy
Sorry gets the set.
just came in here and was like, you guys weren't here for it, but I remember in the pregame chat he said, I don't play New Billy. I've never played him. I think he was lying. So, you know, Gooby
It
Billy
was the mind games. It was the mind
kind of
games.
popped off. Just Biden blasted these survivors into the next dimension. Absolutely dominating performance. I'm just kidding. Great. What a great performance by both teams. This was super fun to watch.
Finally, Nia hiding in the corner.
Yeah.
And
This is
yeah,
going to be the
that'll lock it
wrap
up.
up for it.
4K1. 4K1. Nice.
So that is set one going to Sorrow, actually. And we have a Wraith set next. How do you feel about that's going to go, Pi?
I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I think it's been mostly 4Ks tonight. There's also
That was
been no corrupt.
That was Sorrow's pick, actually. The
Yeah,
Wraith.
there's been no corrupt on any Billy. We've had Billy in both sets, so I'm curious to see if that trend continues. I've been liking how it plays.
This Billy had corrupt, actually.
No, on the sorry, on the race sets. There's been no corrupt.
Oh, it's so far today, right?
Yeah,
right.
in all 4 that have been played, so, or 3 technically, but yeah.
Yeah, you know, race sets, what strikes me, what's important about them is just knowing your reset spots, and it's honestly a lot of 1v1 skill, I think. That's where kind of, Wraith, I think, is where you get tested on how good you survivors are in chase, how free are tags, and if your team can deny tags, you generally can control the Wraith's performance, but if not, it's not uncommon to see a Wraith get like a 4K3, a 4K2. That is very much so in the realm of possibilities. So,
Yeah, we saw Vicinal get a G-Bot got a 4K3. Just his M1 chase was excellent. Those Wraith very, very fast tags, and the survivors could not keep up.
A lot of 50-50s, but, you know, these teams are both North American teams, so it's going to be good ping to each other, assumedly, unless someone has really bad internet, but we'll have to see how that goes. That's going to be the end of set 1. Stick around. This is Dev Future versus Sorrow. We'll meet back up with you for Wraith, and yeah, stick around. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are back from intermission, this time not on Bilby, but on Philip Ojomo, the Wraith. This is going to be Dead Dog, and this is... actually, Sorrow's pick against Dead Future. Pi, you were talking to me about earlier about Wraith. What do you think is important in a Wraith set for the survivors?
For the survivors, mostly just good chases and honestly running main, dying away from the 3-gen. The 3-gens on Dead Dog can be pretty severe, and Wraith will try to hold them. So denying free tags and in good death spots. Breaking the store is a bit surprising, especially because we do have Bamboozle on the build. We saw a couple no Bamboozle races.
That's Shadow Dance? That's Shadow Dance, isn't it?
That was Shadow Dance.
Yep.
We find a Quentin here.
Quentin hanging out. Misses the 50-50. Jinxie... Oh, it does vault that. This might be a tag already, actually.
Yeah, as you can see, we have very strong gen setup. We have 6 gens on the bottom side of the map. The only top side gen is main.
That is true.
And arguably the mid gen. So.
Oh no!
Oh no! I missed head on into a grab. A little bit of ping there maybe, but that is unfortunate.
I don't. Is that even ping? I mean, it was a grab, not a stun out of a locker, right?
Yeah, well, we missed the stun and then got the grab. So it just looked a little weird.
Was Finesse worried that he knew he was in the locker?
I
wonder.
The head on was definitely a little bit late on the spectator screen here, but I'm immediately going to be going for another tag here. Gets the tag. Could immediately go back to pressure hook or commit to chase here.
It was
Honestly,
such a
better
good
down.
chase from Jinxie, and now this start is going to be so rough for the survivors with a hook and a tag. I mean, those kind of things happen. It's all about how you as the team survivors can recover. This is going to be a pallet force, right? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. They could maybe get the save here, buys a little bit of time. Hooks up, yeah, going back to hook. But yeah, with this gen split as well, a hook this deep in the bot side of the map, it was not a pain res, at least. But it's a very strong hook position. And they're going to
Wraith
need
kind
to get some
of
progress
swinging
here.
his demons, but I think he's accepting that he's going to take a second stage or a trade on this hook. It's not a pain res, so a trade here, you know, wouldn't be the worst thing ever, but I think this, like you said, there is such a good gen lock. I think that Wraith just wants to hold it and get
Yeah.
a tunnel out down here at the side of the map.
I think the Wraith is perfectly happy with this. And
Yep.
I would agree. So yeah, get confirmed second stage, and then it's going to go peek around invisible. See if you can find someone stealthing for the unhook.
Yeah, he's very savvy to something like an insta-pull happening, looking for the cheese play here, but doesn't quite find it. Either good stealthing by our survivors on Dead Future, or they weren't going for it at all. Jinxie gonna avoid a tag here. Doesn't even play the 50-50 at the pallet, holds W. Very good play.
Yeah, wins the same palette, same way, just not there. Easy to win a 50-50 if you're not in it.
That's true. The
So you got a little
50-50
bit
of holding W.
Yeah, it's great. A little bit of progress here on Gallows. We get the heal coming through on Nia, but Finesse is almost dead.
Survivors really kind of slowed down the pace of this match, didn't they?
Yeah, but if a save does not come through, we need to see it like at least one more gen, preferably two.
They,
But there's
they
a
don't
double
get
save
this.
here.
They don't get this.
Yeah,
do
they got here too late, and this also means no more gens are gonna pop. So that's just a death at 4
Wow.
gens, which is very unfortunate. It's a very good spot for a Wraith to be in.
What a
Does not get a pain res off that survivor, but it's a 3v1 already at 4 gens. This would be very, very
one
tough.
mistake from Finesse, and then it resulted in his death. I mean, that's just how these sets can go at this kind of level. And you got to be so careful with it. This was that a bad check spot? I think this is a down.
This might be it. Might make the pallet
It
now.
is.
Can maybe get pallet
Oh.
saved here, but if not, this is already a down in the 3v1.
I think we're looking at a 4K3.
This is gonna be a big result, most likely, yeah.
Yeah. Like, once you get into the 3v1 against the Wraith, like, it's so hard to get things going, because if the tags are coming through, I mean, if you can do well and not give up tags, you're doing great, but it's so hard to deny tags against Wraith when the pallets are used, so it's really going to have to be an impressive feat from the survivors here.
Bamboozle on the
it's-
shack window, double vault with the
Yeah.
wind dance or shadow dance.
Not
Very,
out of
very
the
quick.
question.
This should be a tag here. Yeah, definitely a tag with the double back.
Yep.
And the hook and death spot was in a good position. It's not really defendable, but with it being the 3v1 already, it's a lot less relevant, unfortunately. And just gonna get this tag, break the shack pallet. Now this area is much less safe. Progress on the Gallows gen, which they'd like to get done, but honestly, I think they just need to be prioritizing safe gen progress here as much as they can to get the best win con.
Wow.
Excellent greed by Hamdan there, but does still go down, unfortunately. on the
And
unsafe
then looking
pallet.
super comfortable on these Wraith chases. Might be a little bit of a 1v1er over here. But not quite enough to hold it down fully. This could be... Is this going to be a pain res? I mean, he's already used
Probably.
one.
there's
No
not.
pain res.
Just going for the deep corner. A little surprising. I would have expected a painter there.
Mm-hmm.
Or even just this hook right here next to that gen.
It's
a
not
little bit
pop, so
closer.
I can't imagine it's, you know... It's that important. I think it's important to get your pain res here, right? Without pop.
Yeah, you have 2 mid-progress gens here. Painters, I think, would have been perfectly fine to use. And if there was higher progress on another gen, you just buy more time. So I'm surprised you didn't go for painters there. Could be unfortunate painter spawns there
I
as
swear
well.
he just walked past like 3 gens with 50% progress. What is happening?
I think a lot of that's from earlier in the game as well, though, too, and just hasn't had the chance to grind and kick them. But in the 3v1, Killer has so much more time.
Maybe the survivors are just kind of getting caught in rotations, I guess?
Good stun by Jinxie there.
Yeah.
And that pallet as well. Yeah, honestly, the survivors' chases, I think, have been pretty solid. It's just the unfortunate grab, and then they weren't able to get the save. And, yeah, so the 3v1, they're playing it well, playing it slow, but yeah, just even the hook here is so much pressure.
It's going to be so hard to come back. I mean, that's why I said I think as soon as that
Yeah.
death happened, I think it's a 4K3 at most. At, you know,
Yeah,
at
you go
best.
second there, just not able to get the save.
Wow.
I mean, excellent vault, though, makes that. No injury yet. So
And
buying plenty of
Jinxie
time
really
here.
has looked like the MVP of this side. I mean, he's just, but it has been impossible to tag this guy. He's
Yeah,
doing
it's
really
been-
well.
Oh, good body
Oh,
block
but
from that
there,
window,
well,
though.
I
That
jinxed
shouldn't be a tag. Yeah, you
I
jinxed
jinxed
me.
Jinxie.
How could you, Georgie?
It's over. I've done it. Bite and blast, Jinxie.
I believe there was
Goodbye.
some progress on main. Yeah, we see finesse on main during that chase as well. So it looks like he's just gonna go ahead and rough that now that he's got the tag. Just trying to make this win con even more brutal. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Sav, the way he's playing this is just grueling for the survivors to even get one more gen. Like, this is just a beatdown.
Good double back, blocks the door even, gets another tag.
Good tag.
And if Jinxie doesn't get the save on the Hamdan, we go on 2v1 at 4 gens. This is...
I think Hamden is dead.
He does die.
I
That
think
is...
Jinxie didn't know if the Wraith was going to rotate and drop chase, so he was kind of playing a little bit safe, but Hamden goes down.
Finesse
If
does
Jinxie
not
doesn't
make
pop
that
a
window.
gen, oh, this is a 4k4?
This is looking like 4k4. I don't think they have enough progress on any gen that isn't main right now. If he just finds Jinxie, like...
Oh.
eh,
Interesting.
just
Sav
swing
doesn't want to actually drop for that much, so...
This will be a pain res if, and we know, actually no, this isn't a pain res. He already hooked her.
Yeah.
This was the only pain res used, so I'm surprised about this.
Jinxie's fresh, too. Jinxie's fresh.
Yeah, so could
Maybe Sav
try.
having a little bit of pity on the survivors, being like, you know what? I'll give you guys a chance. Why not? I'm that cool.
It does find a blood trail here actually, but even a hatch play here wouldn't matter too much. The gens being the first win con here, and it's just 4k4 is such a huge result.
Yeah.
He's able to get the window vault here, but Pallet's already gone. So with the bamboozle, this is just going to be a tag.
Bit of a tough night for Team Dead Future, but you know it's okay. These things happen, and yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a game, right? We're all here just to watch and have a good time. So, but we think it's
Some good
awesome,
chases
awesome
I have,
watching.
too.
Yeah, Jinxie
Like,
played this
yeah.
really well.
Jinxie had good chases, and like Nos and Hamdan also had good chases too. It's just the unfortunate head-on miss.
Don't count out Finesse. Last time we saw him play against the Billy chase, that was a really good chase as well. These are all great survivors, so you know, while I got to say these survivors had good chases, even better play to the Wraith. This team is not easy to 4k4 alone, so really well played by him.
Yeah, solid macro play, held his gens that he was given. It was nice and solid.
Yeah, that's gonna wrap up match 1 of set 2. Stick around, we'll be back with Dead Future's Wraith against Sorrow's survivors. Stick around. Welcome back. Sorry for the wait. We had a little bit of issues with map, not map offerings, offerings in general for like survivor spawn logic, but that is going to result in a point reduction for the survivors on Sorrow. So their Wraith, Savitska just got a 4k4 on Wraith. That means the win con for Sorrow's survivors is now 4k3. There's no chance for a tie on 4k4 anymore.
So we got our first chase already. No corrupt. A little bit of an interesting build. We got sloppy, pain res, ruin, all pretty standard. We have knockout, which, and rune gets cleansed. Unfortunately, probably got a bad totem, unlucky totem spawn on dead dog, where there's a couple default ones that are always here. So rune will be out of the equation. Hopefully we can get a quick down. This should be a hit on this pallet, at least eventually. It is bloodlustable. There it is. Knockout though, it's very strong in pubs if you want to slug, but in a comp match like this, I would be surprised if it gets too much value, because you'll still be able to just call out where you are.
Well, I understand
with the blindness.
I mean, you get less recovery speed, but that's like for like what, 5 seconds?
I think it's 15, so it's actually a while. But
maybe it's you know, he's got a tough win con. Maybe it's a way of playing for it, but you know, it's certainly unique, and I like seeing unique. So we'll have to see how he plays. I'm interested.
Looks like going for the painters there, which we did get. So honestly, decent first down. Like, didn't take too long at all. So we'll see what else they can snowball off this, but definitely does not have the luxury of camping this out and securing like Sorrow's killer was able to do with their first down. Do you find a chase? High progress on the gen. Might get a tag here. No, gets the pallet drop.
Ace does deny the tag, and that's the first gen popping. We are now a little bit closer to win con. We need one more gen, and Sorrow wins this set.
Yeah. Oh, and a very fast hold thing. I was able to get
Quick and
past.
quiet on that ace. I wonder if that's head on.
Likely will be. Oh, and yeah, the gen pressure is just too high. Without the corrupt here, they were just working those campground gens.
It can be so hard to kind of reel that in as a killer. You just gotta have so much going for you, but
yeah, water tower also has high progress, and like I said earlier, trying a little bit of an off meta build just to try to snowball something, but
yeah.
these kind of things happen. Gen progress. Oh yeah, so he can still maybe get a good result here. Looks like he's trying to secure second stage. This is obviously a very strong hook. It's very hard to unhook, and yeah, he goes second there.
If you're just playing for the 4K, this is still a very winnable set for the Wraith. A good start by Finesse, nonetheless.
Yeah, this could still easily be a 4K one. Like, that's pretty standard. Can get a tunnel out here. Has decent town gens to play.
FTP though might slug this.
Quick read
Is he? Nope. Takes the pain res.
There's a risk of a palisade here. We know 2 other survivors are nearby at main. Wouldn't be surprised if that comes through.
Ooh.
That's the pick. There
No
you go.
one's
Does
here
get the
for it.
painers. Does get the painers. That should hit the water tower gen, I would assume, unless they've gotten a bunch of progress on main. But yeah, like the water
Survivors have just
tower.
been all over these generators. Not a second wasted. And you can see that
find
with
the tunnel out
gen
here.
count.
So good find back onto the cloud here.
Oh, are we
Just
going for
win.
6? Holy!
Winning the little Wraith spacebar spam button.
Is that 5 volts? That was like.
That was a lot. That was a lot. So, but yeah, running into the location where the gens were complete. Good 50-50 tag there.
Good play by Nos there.
Yeah, good hit. Good hit. By finesse.
Or Finesse, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Nos, Nos is playing this, right?
Yeah, of course, of course. Just breaks the pallet there, goes back to this one. Get another pre-drop.
Interesting.
Cloaks here, but good zoning pallet break.
Just how well these kind of pallets are played. Hit tank coming through. I don't think it's going to be. Actually, no, it is enough for her to make the next pallet.
Yeah, and it looks
Doesn't
like she's gonna
drop.
die under it
No,
now.
die under.
Yeah, I just want to die under it.
But Finesse calling the bluff, just gonna demon pick.
Oh, he gets the hit. Wait, there was 2 there and he got the hit. I only saw the Sable.
I think the survivors are having a little bit of fun with this set.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, they've met the win con, but yeah, this is still going to be a respectable result for Finesse, most likely. That's the death at 2 gens. We have a slug on the ground and 2 survivors injured. Like, this could snowball. This could be a 4K2, honestly.
You have a slug and 2 injuries, right? So, yeah, like you said, this could be a 4K2, depending on how things go. I mean, he just needs to find 1 survivor caught out.
And a lot of palaces have already been burnt through.
Yeah, that's generally what you see with set Shadow Dance. Is a lot of the early and mid game is just burning through the resources, especially on these kind of Wraith sets. Which is probably why a lot of people like playing it, right? It's kind of a staticky map. Palette spawns generally are the same with a little bit of variance. But really, it's just a set that comes down to just a lot of 1v1 skill, which is always fun to watch.
Finds the Sable. Yeah, main building here gets the pickup. And the pallet drop. Very well done.
This is a 50-50 well.
No stun, though. No stun. So it didn't actually get as much distance as I think the survivors hoped. So likely will be another redown on one of these 2 pretty quickly here. Ellen might have made her escape, though, but Sable still trapped its pallet and it's down there.
Good mind game.
Yeah, well done by, honestly, by both sides there. Oh, and Ellen is still here, hiding around the rocks. Just heard her.
Wonder if this is they play so aggressive. Yeah, I think it's a bait while Ace gets another generator done.
Yeah, I mean,
it's something I see that a lot of higher level teams do is they'll purposely play really aggressive to like
just
have a gen pop while they're baiting a slug or something.
Yeah, and just really being very confident in their chases. This will be a down here, so now we just have to find the ace. We've definitely seen the slug here, especially with a knockout.
Yeah, and Finesse is savvy that the ace is grinding away at a generator. Gonna see if he might find him at water tower here. No progress there. Is he on the 1 o'clock gen?
One is most likely, I think. Furthest away from the chases they were doing.
No.
Okay.
I wonder what was that about? What were they doing? Are they just goofing off? So curious.
I don't.
Wait,
was he in the gallows locker the whole time with Iron Will head on?
I wonder. You might be right.
And they just because they were playing around gallows. Maybe he just got there late.
This is just a goof. This is good.
Yeah, we're getting goofy here. We're getting goofy.
Circus. We're in the circus. It's okay.
Yeah, all right. Gets the
Where are the
redown on
scratch
both
marks?
of those.
What? What is happening?
He has self-preservation.
Wait.
So when he got downed, he lost scratch marks.
Wow, that is I would never encounter that perk. It's kind of cool to see restrictions like that because you always see perks that rarely get used. But
yeah, I think it's injure or down. Just any health state loss of a nearby survivor, you lose scratch marks. All right, but dying in the corner. So
gonna eat a wall and take a corner.
4K2 for Finesse, so still a good tunnel out into a good little snowball there with everyone injured. So I mean, good result, but the win con unfortunately was very rough for Dead Future here.
A little bit of better survivor play from the survivors on Dead Future. This very well could have gone another way. So I gotta say, extremely well played by Finesse. Even better played by the survivors on Sorrow. Tonight looks like they're gonna take the 2-0 against Dead Future, but honestly was a great set to watch. I enjoyed a lot of this.
Yeah, it was good chases. Honestly, fun chases to watch on both sides.
Yeah, you always gotta kind of take those losses in stride. You know, when a mistake like that happens, where someone gets grabbed over a locker or whatnot, you just gotta keep the mental going and reset the best way you can. But in a tournament, not a tournament, in a scrim night like this, where there's not that many stakes, it's not the biggest deal. You know, you just kind of show up, you play for fun.
And it's still a
Overall,
good
though,
result from Finesse here.
yeah, and just like showing the experience of all these players, kind of understanding how the set goes and playing the chase as well. It was really cool to watch. I'm interested to see if I don't think we're having a TB. I think everyone's checked out, but in the case that does happen, it will be Bubba on Wretched Shop, I believe.
I think
So
so,
you know
yeah.
if that does happen, but don't count on it.
Sorry with the 2-0. We'll see if we have the tiebreaker coming up. But yeah, GG's.
Yeah. And that's also going to wrap up our end of the night here on Grindhouse. So, you know, if there's no TB, I might as well say it now. Thanks for checking in and watching the stream. Thanks for having me. This has been Georgie with my lovely co-caster Pi, and thanks for sticking around.